And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the grand finals, los grand finales here of the Thunderfire All-Star Invitational 2025 celebration tournament. Here we go. We are here. We are back again. This is a massive celebratory event of the return, celebrating the return of the Chinese server and the Chinese scene. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We are here. We are back. Of course, a major offline event happening in China, and we had the best 8 players in the world, and now we have our top 2. Now we have our top 2. We're gonna be they're gonna be facing off here in the best of 7. Let's introduce them.
接下来，我们要以热烈的欢呼声和掌声欢迎我们的 Reynor。2位决赛选手已经亮相完成。BO7 的征途即将开始，希望他们在竞技的同时，也可以享受星际争霸。Good luck, have fun。那我们的最终决赛一触即发，把画面交给我们最专业的解说席，共同见证冠军的诞生。
Yo, shout out to the host. Good luck, have fun. Let's go. Let's go, as they've got Oliveira on the casting desk. They've got Oliveira, they've got Chaucer, and they've got Iosono as well. Beautiful, by beautiful, as we are getting ready for our grand finals. Once again, welcome one and all. For those who do not know what's going on here, this is the Thunderfire All-Star Invitational. This is a celebration tournament celebrating the return of the Chinese server. Originally, this was scheduled for last year in November. It was going to be last year in November, but there were some conflicts, there were some scheduling issues, and it was actually pushed back. Here, push back to 2026. I did see some people asking, why does it say 2025 when it comes to the event? Well, because it was meant to be last year. It was meant the event was meant to take place last year, but it was pushed back to 2026. They just never changed the name. They just, it's fine. It's fine. But here we go. Here we go. We have our grand finals. We've had the 8 best players in the world, by the way. We had Clem, we had a Maru, we had a herO, we had Solar, we had Classic. Many players have fallen, and we are down to our top 2. Top 2 players in the world, we have a herO and a Reynor. herO, of course, he's been knocking down nothing but Zerg players. He took down herO, he took down Solar. Meanwhile, Reynor, it wasn't an easy road either. He took down the top Terrans in the world. Reynor, he took down Clem and Maru. He took them both down to make it here to the grand finals for that best of 7. And we'll see who is able to pop off here and how Reynor compares against herO compared to Solar and herO. Solar and herO had a very, very hard time. Solar was going for non-stop all-ins, hyper-aggression in this series, and he failed to break herO. Meanwhile, we have the opposite. In the herO series, herO, he was playing standard, he was playing macro, and herO knocked him down. So herO was the aggressor against herO, herO was the defender against Solar, but now I want to say we have the mixture of the two here. Reynor, he's known for being as chaotic as herO at times, being a lot more aggressive, a lot more assertive, but also willing to play macro and standard if need be as well. So it's going to lead into an amazing series. Personally, I do love to see Reynor versus herO. They can be very dynamic, and here you can see the brackets, the players that did take place and who knocked out who leading into the finals. As we mentioned, herO, he 3-0'd herO and he 3-1 Solar. Reynor, he took down Maru 3-2 and Clem 3-2. Close matches, went all the way to the ace match against both Maru and Clem to make it to those finals. Other players that competed, of course, Classic, he got knocked down early by Clem. Cure got knocked out early by Solar. Here we go, we had our top 8. On top of that, we had our Legend Show matches as well, of course. True. We had Innovation, we had MMA, we had Sue, DRG, Scarlet, SOS, and Oliveira and Rogue. So we did have those Legend Show matches, but here we go. Vetoes are underway. We have our top 2 players here. herO, he has been on a tear as of late, claiming all these big wins. Reynor likewise has been hibernating a little bit. There were some people that were like, yo, what kind of form is Reynor in? If you have not been watching StarCraft as of late, you might not be familiar with Reynor's form. But Reynor, he did spend the last 2 months in Korea. He November, December, he was in Korea. He was practicing, he was training, he was improving, getting ready for RSL, because Reynor did go to the offline RSL finals in Seoul, South Korea. I say Seoul, it was in Gangnam, I guess, but it was in Korea. So again, Reynor, he was in Korea up until recently. Recently did return here to Europe. Sorry, I said to Europe. Went from Korea to China, then of course headed towards Europe for Home Story Cup thereafter. But yes, Reynor, he's been traveling. He is in form. He has been peaking, of course. If you recall, at RSL, Reynor did also defeat Maru there as well. True. In back-to-back 2 major tournaments, Reynor took down Maru in RSL. Reynor took down Maru here as well. Like, his ZVT has been looking on point. But what about his EVP? As vetoes are now done, best of 7, 1 veto each. Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look here. So herO vetoes Mothership, Reynor vetoes Title Citadel. So we get rid of some of the larger, more unorthodox maps. They're out of here. They're out of here. Now we have our map order. Game 1, Winter Madness, followed by the Old Republic, Ruby Rock, 10,000 feet, Celestial Enclave, and the final 2 maps. Oh boy, let's go. Let us go. The vetoes are done, and we're getting into that first game. It all comes down to this. Who's going to be the Thunderfire champion? Who has the thunder? Who has the fire, papi? Let's go. Also, again, I love the stage. Shout out to SC Boy for organizing the event, for hosting. The passion is real. Likewise, shout out to both Oliveira and Iosono for arriving, for being able to be some guest casters, rocking up. Where's F91, by the way? As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss for T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the Italian Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. Let's go. Let us go. Welcome one and all to Winter Madness. Winter Madness is one of the larger maps of the map pool. Larger map, a longer rush distance by ground. If we were to settle into a standard game, this would be it. But it's herO and Reynor. We do not expect to see standard play out of these 2 players. We expect aggression. We expect a dynamic series overall. So we'll see who's going to be the first to deviate coming into Winter Madness. Let's go. Now, because this map is larger, we do often see something like more further tech coming into the mid game, referring to Spire play. We have seen Spire, we have seen Muta play, for example. We've seen a lot of Zerg players embrace and go up to 3 bases and go into a Ling Hydra base all in instead. Yo, shout out to the crowd shot. Oh my god, look at the crowd. I love the ring that we have around the arena, around the players. But again, typically we see a lot of 3-base play. Like 3-base play, 2-base all-ins are very rare on Winter Madness from the side of Zerg. From the side of Protoss, herO has been very difficult to keep up with as of late. Again, if you missed out on his series versus Serral, what did herO do? herO never played standard. We saw a lot of charge play. We saw a lot of early +1 charge. We saw a lot of early timing attacks, and we saw Serral caught with his pants down time and time again when it comes to a standard game. So we spoke about this during Solar series. I expect to see a lot of Roach Warrens. I expect to see a lot of safe play out of Reynor, safety Roach Warrens, if not more aggressive play out of Reynor as well, to keep herO on the back foot, to not allow him to get into his own builds, into his own play. Now, do we go to the extreme though? I mentioned it before, if you missed out, herO versus Solar in the semifinals, Solar was hyper aggressive to the point where we saw a lot of all-ins. We saw almost non-stop all-ins out of Solar, and herO was able to scout, react, confirm, and survive said all-ins. For the most part, there was one game where Solar did break herO for sure. There was that one game, but outside of that, herO was the defensive wall. He was doing the best showtime his best showtime. I almost said innovation. Imitation, I should say. The imitation innovation. Let's go. I say that it was pretty messy. It was messy defenses, like messy play. It was a very chaotic series between herO and Solar, but herO did survive the aggression of Solar. So again, we'll see what Reynor goes for. Who does he lean into? Is he a Solar? Is he a Serral? Is he a Reynor? for now, going to be poking in. It is going to be a Void Ray. Okay, so Stargate opener out of herO into a Void Ray follow-up. Interesting. So we do have our Void Ray here. The Void Ray is designed to hunt down Overlords, to deny vision, deny scouting, and to keep Reynor in the dark. Now, I did mention this previously, but we have seen from herO a lot of Tempest rushes. We saw this quite a bit over the weekend and over the past couple of weeks period here. So that is an option for herO to hunt down the Overlords and to rush into a Fleet Beacon, to rush into a Stargate. We saw this against Solar in the most recent PvZ Cup finals. True. So that is in the back of my mind. Otherwise, we could see Void Ray into a standard game or Void Ray into an early Twilight Council. Regardless, Reynor will have limited vision and limited scouting. Is this live? Shout out to Stream Elements for responding and reacting, but as you can see, it is a replay cast. We did cast day 1 live, but this is day 2. This is day 2 of the event. We were unable to cast this live as we were otherwise preoccupied and unavailable, so I do apologize for not covering day 2 live, but hey, we're catching up with those matches via replays, via said clean feed, as the Void Ray does catch one Overlord. Gets one. There's a second Overlord outside of the natural. We do have a standard follow-up. It's going to be a third base into Forge and Twilight Council. So far, it looks like a standard game out of herO, except of course he's keeping Reynor busy in the dark. Overlord attempts to scout, and we'll see if he gets into the main. We can see that herO's not really doing anything crazy, but Reynor doesn't know that. As the Overlord is going to be denied. He's going to be hunted down. Now, from here, I say standard game, we could see +1 and Blink, which would be a standard follow-up. We could still see Charge. I did mention that herO has been very fond of Charge-based play. Eyes are on herO. Throws down 3 extra gateways. 4, Jesus. Throws down 4 extra gateways back at home. There it is, early Charge. We spoke about it, but herO's been very fond of this style, and this is how herO 3-0'd Serral. Now, it wasn't like herO went for the same. Jesus. That's a lot of gateways. He's going up to a 3-base, what looks to be a 3-base 8-gate all-in. herO, he's going to double down. He's going to commit hyper-aggression here by herO. There's going to be a lot of Zealots available. And if Reynor skips Roaches, he's going to be in danger. But as you can see here, Roach speed is on the way. Reynor did get a safety Roach Warren, so he should have Roaches available to him. He should be able to have the tools to defend. As we can see, Reynor's going Roach Hydra. There's that Hydra. Now, I say he's going Roach Hydra. He's got the Roach Warren. I think he just cancelled Roach Speed. He just cancelled Roach Speed. Stalkers revealed. Oh my god. herO. The mind games. herO, I don't know if you noticed, he warped in 2 Stalkers. He reveals 4 Stalkers. He's making it look like a standard game. And Reynor cancels Roach Speed. Reynor is playing Ling Hydra. And he's about to be hit with Mass Zealot. And fighting against Mass Zealots without Roaches and without Banelings is insanely difficult. herO has a lot of potential with this, and Reynor is misreading the build. As you can see here, he's banking up those Zealots in his natural. He's keeping them hidden. And he does keep them hidden. He's droning. Reynor, he's droning. Here he comes. Reynor's droning up. herO with the 3-base 8-gate all-in. He's rushing across the map. +1 is done in 2 seconds. Here come the Mass Zealots, and now he sees. Yeah, now Reynor, he sees. Now he knows. He's being caught off guard. The pants are down. He's going to try to hold his own. But again, Lings and Hydras, they melt against Mass Zealots. Now, it's going to take a long time to reinforce across the map. True. There's no War Prism. There's no Proxy Pylon. Lings, they collapse on top of the Zealots, but here he does focus fire. Yeah, he does focus down those Hydras. There's 4 Hydras left. It's close. Down to 4 Hydras. Down to 3. It's so close. It looks like Reynor, he will barely hold on. Whew, just barely. And again, if we had... Oh, no, never mind. Here come the reinforcements. I was about to say, if we had reinforcements, herO could just end the game. As you can see here, he traded very well against the main army. herO trying to get on top of those Stalkers, but I think Reynor holds. I think Reynor might have enough Hydras. It's still close. It's still very close. You can see the Lings, they buffer. The Hydras, they do hold on. Reynor, he survives. And Reynor will outscale herO, by the way. This was meant to kill. Like, this was meant to kill. This was meant to cripple. And herO does not get into a base. He does not get into a mineral line. This is not good enough. herO needs more damage. He needs more damage. Meanwhile, you can see that Reynor, he's +1 is about to finish. His Hive is on the way. His Lurker Den is on the way. Reynor is outscaling herO. And this is where the map is working against herO. We spoke about it. Longer rush distance by ground. All-ins are weaker on Winter Madness. And here, I mean, he's finding that out the hard way. He's now you can see that here is going to double down. He's getting +2 on blink. So here he's doubling down with the gateway composition, and the pressure is on herO to kill Reynor before lurkers. He has to kill him before lurkers, otherwise Reynor will outscale. I mean, he already is, to be honest. Like, Reynor, things are already looking better for the Zerg. Storm is on the way. This tells us that herO is going to stay back. Building up into Storm. But Reynor, he's chilling. Reynor, he's cruising. He's on 82 drones. 82 drones. Hive is done. Lurkers are now amassing. And here is in trouble. He is in trouble here. Again, his reinforcements just took too long. He was so close to overpowering. Again, Reynor, he went down to 3 Hydras. Like, that's how little he had. Reynor barely survived. And Reynor, he will soon max out. Remember, Reynor, he's done droning. He's done droning, so he's just purely making army units. Lings, Lurkers, Hydras, Banelings. So Reynor is amassing. herO, he will have Storm, and there is a chance. So right now, it's going to be on herO to turtle and to try to land the best storms he can and take the best fight possible. The problem is that even though storms are good, herO, he has no answer for the lurkers. Like, what can he do? He has no immortals, he has no disruptor, he has no colossus, he has no sky toss. There's no easy way for herO to deal with a high lurker count. The best he can hope for here is with his blink stalkers, of course. As lurkers are burrowing. Reynor already picking up some stalkers. Oh, the lurkers left on their own. Uh-oh. Yeah, Reynor getting caught out. He will lose 2 lurkers here. Nice pickups out of herO. Does he get 3? Oh my god, he gets all 3. Okay. That's the herO. He gets all 3 lurkers, and you see what I see? Fleet Beacon. Fleet Beacon is on the way. herO, he gets another lurker. That's 4 lurkers going down. Very nice pickups here by herO. Yeah, Reynor trying to come in from behind, trying to lock down the army. Lings are setting up for the surround. Nice Storm. Ooh, Storms, they punish the Lings. But the lurkers are still moving in. Yeah, they're still pushing forward. There's still too much Zerg. As this was a messy fight, a messy engage from herO. Bleeding out 2 Archons and 2 High Templar. The ship is on the way. Again, here is trying to work towards that Skytel's army, or at least Skytel's supportive units. Reynor, he has not made a drone in quite some time, doesn't need to. Still pushing forward, still applying pressure. High Zealot run by. Denies the base. But Reynor, he's in position. He's got his Zing Bane. He's got some Banelings at least. And herO, I mean, he's surviving. He's holding. He's holding on. The lurkers are looking a little bit naked here. There's not that much support. Yeah, hero's collapsing, and he sees all these lurkers. He wants them. Yeah, here comes a relation. Every lurker goes down. Reynor overextends. As we mentioned, Reynor, he had no support. He had no support. The pants were down. The lurkers were naked. And every lurker falls. And herO, everything swings in his favor. You can see he's smiling. Ah. Big grin on hero's face when he got that surround. And again, the Zealot all-in failed. Reynor had a big lead. He had a big advantage, but he has lost that lead. He has lost that advantage. Reynor's lurker count was reset. herO gains momentum. And hero's pushing. Where's Reynor? Where are the lurkers? They're nowhere to be found. They're nowhere to be found. herO moving in. Oh. Reynor coming in for a flank. Nice Zealot run by on the right hand side. Gets into the mineral line. Drones are falling. Lurkers have now arrived, but the base goes down. Okay, down goes the expansion. Half the mineral line as well. 8 drones fall. There's the cloak. No detection. Oh my god. Yeah, there's actually not much on the ground either, though. Messy engage here. as herO bleeds out a lot of stalkers that were on the ground. Yeah, we're getting messy. We're getting messy. Lings, they get in! The herO! The wall's not a wall! Lings, they flood into the main. herO, he recalls back home. Ooh, doesn't recall into the main though. Didn't have energy. But he does recall. Reynor, he gets some breathing room. You can see Reynor moving out across the map. Warpin will defend. But we're getting messy. Like, we're still getting messy. This is still anyone's game. Lings, they keep wreaking havoc. herO, he fails to defend the main. 10 probes go down. Nice damage out of Reynor. Gets 10 workers. We have 2 more Stargates on the way. herO, he's attempting to switch into full Sky Toss. Attempting. Icing run by once again. Remember, he recalls on cooldown. It's on cooldown. 12 probes. And where exactly are we? So these have been some really nice run-bys and counterattacks from Reynor. They were very necessary, otherwise he would just topple over and die. But I do still favor herO if he can get into Sky Toss. Like Reynor, he's stuck on Hydra Lurker. Hydra Lurker Viper is not ideal against a more Tempest-heavy composition. Viper's coming in. Nice feedbacks. Ooh, feedbacks both Vipers, not a single abduction. Again, this is why like Hydra Lurker Viper does not scale as well. Doesn't scale as well as Corruptor Infestor. Corruptor Infestor, Broodlord Viper. Yeah, Storms, they pop off. Tempest, they just bully the ground army. Yeah, just free damage from the Tempest. And Reynor's losing too much. Wow, Reynor, he's losing too much here. Storm pops off. Reynor getting desperate, tries to move in. He just cannot. He can't move in. Oof. Oh my, the feeder, he just can't abduct. The Reynor, he just wants to abduct a Tempest, papi. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, 3 feedbacks back to back. Lurker goes down. GG gets called, and herO takes game number 1. GG. Oh my god. Este herO. GG, well played. An intense back and forth here. Again, it was going both ways. herO initially had a great charge timing. Reynor was caught with his pants down. Remember, Reynor, he was fed false information, and Reynor, he misread the build. So things were looking dire initially, but because of the size of the map and because of how delayed the reinforcements were, herO didn't get in. herO, he wasn't able to kill. He was close, but he did not kill Reynor. Reynor, he survived. Reynor gained map control, getting into his own Hydras, into his own Lurkers. And Reynor, he was in control of that game up until he overextended. Reynor, he lost, what was it, 6-7 Lurkers, pushing towards the right-hand side, pushing towards that would-be 4th base of herO. Reynor overextended. He had a high Lurker count, but he had no support. He had no Lings, he had no Hydras to protect the Lurkers. They were on their own. And Lurkers on their own, they crumble. Like, they need supportive units. So without them, Reynor lost everything. And that was the moment that herO was able to stabilize, build up into Sky Toss, and snowball out of control. It was still close, it was still back and forth, but yeah, herO was able to maintain that momentum, and now herO takes the lead in the series, but it is a best of 7. It is a best of 7, plenty of games ahead of us, and game 2 is going to be on the Old Republic. Let's go. Whew, let us go. What a wild one for herO. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. It was close. It could have gone either way, but here we go. We're getting into game 2. We're dropping in. And spawning in the bottom hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the South Korean Protoss player representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the Italian Zerg player, the red Zerg for Basilisk. It is Reynor. Here we go. Whew, and again, an intense game one here, and now we're getting into game two. Welcome to the Old Republic. The Old Republic is one of the larger maps in the map pool. Not as macro-oriented as Winter Madness. I should emphasize that. True, not as macro-oriented, but welcome. This map does favor aggression when it comes to the fourth base. You can see the observers pointing out the wall. We saw this against Solar as well. It's the herO wall. It's very messy. It's very exposed. It can be abused as well, so we'll keep an eye on that natural wall off and how messy it's going to be. But again, welcome to the Old Republic. Your initial 2 and 3 base setup is relatively secure. The fourth base is vulnerable though. The fourth base on this map is much more open, much more exposed, and we often do see a lot of aggression at the fourth base. We've seen a lot of 3 base all-ins from Zerg players on this map. We'll see if heroes want to do that. Sorry, if Reynors want to do that. We'll see if Reynors want to embrace that kind of aggressive style. Otherwise, Spire play and Muta play is also on the table. It is also an option here for Reynor. If you remember, Solar, he went into Mutas, I believe it was on this map in his series as well, against herO. He went Mutas and then he switched into a heavy Roach composition. We'll see. At the same time, herO last game went for an early charge timing. He went for a 3 base 8 gate all in, and he almost broke Reynor. We could see that again as well. For now, interesting pylon placement. So the pylon is placed on the left-hand side in between the main and the natural. Typically, if it's a Stargate opener, an Oracle opener, it's usually on the edge to get across the map. To see it here further back, the pylon, I mean, it looks suspicious. It might be nothing, or it might be another Void Ray opener. If you remember, we saw Void Rays last game. Stargate's going to be thrown down, and we'll keep an eye on herO. Does he open up Void Ray? Does he open up Oracle? Meanwhile, here just trying to be as annoying as possible, getting eyes on the would-be third. Reynor should be able to expand though. Yeah, zones away the probe. Does zone away. Does zone away. Likewise, so everything's working normal, everything's working standard. With the Stargate opener, it is going to be Oracle. Okay, so Oracle opener out of herO. This time he is not opening up Void Ray, so standard opener out of our Protoss player. They'll snipe the Tumor. From here, Oracle into a third base. Everything so far is looking normal from herO. So far, at least. For the first time this series. As Reynor does attempt to catch out the initial Adept. Gets one, going for the other. The Oracle is out, but the Adept gets surrounded. Oh, can he get it? Yeah, nice pickup. Very nice trades early on here by Reynor, catching out both Adepts, not losing any drones yet. So far, better for the Zerg. Ooh, meanwhile, that is an early lair. That is a, what, a 3... Sorry, that was a 4:18 lair timing. Very early out of Reynor. Oracle does poke in, and I don't think he got far enough. Yeah, I believe he did not scout the lair. The Oracle is so low on HP. Now, with an early lair timing like this, we have a couple of things available to us. It could be 2-base Muta, right? We could be going into gases, into a fast Spire. Otherwise, we could see fast gases into a Hydroden as well. We could see a Link Queen Nidus all in, but we have a Roach Warren on the way. So safety tech, safety follow-up here. There's a higher chance that we're going into Mutas. We'll see. Is it going to be a Spire? Is it going to be a Hydroden? Show us what you got. As gases are being taken, the Oracles do poke in. They're going to be zoned away. Going to be zoned back. Once again, just like last game, early charge out of herO, opening up charge, not blink. And that means that herO is going for a +1 charge timing, once again. Now, last game, this led into an 8-gate setup, 8 gateways on 3 bases, without any gases at the third. We'll see if he masses up as heavily. It looks like it's not going to be a strong timing because we see a Robo. Yeah, Robo's on the way, indicative of further tech, of release of Warp Prism, Immortals. So this is not the same build. Not the same build. Meanwhile, as you can see here, we have the tech of choice, Hydras. So it is not going to be a Spire, it is going to be a faster Hydra Den. And I don't see any Evo Chambers yet. Interesting. There is a build that Solo popularized a year ago, which is a Hydra all-in, where you rush into Hydras, you rush into specifically Hydra upgrades, and you don't get any Evo Chamber upgrades instead. You just commit on 3 bases with Mass Hydra. So that's in the back of my mind, just because there's no Chamber. And no Chamber, no upgrades. Also, the Solo build typically hits with Hydra speed and Hydra range. I don't see any Hydra upgrades. What's going on? Meanwhile, hero's going double Robo into Colossus production. He's building with the Colossus. There we go. Hydra speed has now begun. It is late. It's delayed. But Reynor is getting it. So late Hydra speed, a late double Evo chamber. The chambers tell us that Reynor is going for a longer game, but they are delayed as well. Interesting. Hydras are revealed. Nice revelation. Hero just trying to scout and confirm whether or not an all-in is coming his way. Charge is revealed. But again, Hero is taking up and waiting until he builds up his Colossus. And he also confirms that there's no all-in. He's checking gases, checking drones. Confirms saturation, confirms that Reynor is busy at home. Nice interception. Oh my god. Yeah, very nice. It looks like one Oracle does not go down. Oh my god. Is there a recall? Oh no. No, Gasito. He gets it. He gets out? Oh my god. How is he getting away with this? Este hero. Somehow he barely does get out. No recall needed. That feels bad, man. Meanwhile, Reynor, he's done droning. Reynor, he's done droning. He's droning up to 82. Now he's purely focusing on Ling, Bane, Hydra. Oh boy. Remember, last game he was taking into Lurkers. Not this time. There's no Infestation Pit, there's no Lurker Den, there's no Hive. It's purely Ling, Bane, Hydra. We did speak on this earlier, how aggression, specifically targeting the 4th base of the Protoss, can hit quite hard on this map. The 4th base on the Old Republic is very difficult to defend, and here he will attempt to defend. We'll see if he can pull this off. We'll see if he can survive Reynor's aggression. As Reynor's almost maxed. Reynor's about to max out. His goal here is to just barrel down that 4th, to barrel down the army. We can see that Hero's being proactive. I do like this. Being proactive, he's moving out instead. Who catches who? Ooh. As it looks like here, ideally he does want to fight ahead of time. He wants to fight in the center. The terrain here can help. As Hero does find the Hydras, not bad. Ooh, the Hydras are exposed. Zealots are collapsing in. Banelings are crashing into Archons. Well, the Archons are going down. Banelings are going for the Colossus. Oh my god, massive connections. As the Colossus do barely survive, they're kiting back. Okay, they do kite back, but again, here he lost all of his buffer. The Archon count was reset. He lost all the Archons, lost all the gateway units. And Hero has to back off. Yeah, here he's battered and bruised. Reynor, he's remaxing once again. And I'm not entirely convinced that Hero can survive and defend that 4th. Can he do it? Because Reynor, he's maxed out again. He's ready for round 2. He's ready for the 2nd round. Oh, Reynor with the interception. Wants that prism. Oh my god. So close. So close. The prism barely gets away. But the prism is low. And again, Reynor, he wants to push. I say that he does start his Hive, he does start his Lurker Den, he's being forced to tech up. But Reynor's been maxed for quite some time, and ideally he wants to make use of this army. He wants to use it. Hero going for more Zealot Run-bys, trying to buy time. Distracting Reynor, does get a Queen. Queen goes down, a couple of drones as well, nothing major. But again, just buying time. Just buying time. Distracting Reynor. Reynor, he was up, what, like almost 80 supply. But now, that gap is closing. Here now reinforcing with more Archons. He did preserve all 4 Colossus, true. Still got his Colossi. Has to respect those Banelings. Oh, Reynor setting up for a surround. That's a lot of Banelings here on the left-hand side. Reynor instead just he just goes to the counterattack. He's going for the 4th base. We mentioned it earlier, this 4th base is very exposed and the 4th will go down. Here is all in. Here he has to commit. It's all or nothing. He's got to go. He's going for the base trade. Pushing up the ramp. The Colossus do bully back the Hydras. So nice movement with the Colossus. Reynor's not stopping. He's pushing in towards the 3rd. Meanwhile, herO likewise pushing into the natural. herO kills the low ground expansion. We can see Reynor spending his Banelings in the mineral line. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm concerned that Reynor can never deal with the main army. Like, this army is huge. We have 5 lurkers morphing in. There are 2 observers with herO's army. Lurkers are setting up at the 3rd. herO does find them. Yeah, here he finds the lurkers. Reynor, he might just be too entrenched. He's still rallying across the map. He's still committing to the base trade. Nice force fields. That's a lot of lurkers. Oh my god. There's too many. There's too many lunkers, pappy. 11 lurkers. Ooh, miss rally. Here he does catch a couple of Hydras. Here is rotating over towards the 4th base. At the same time, Reynor's losing his hive. Lurkers are in position, but they're exposed. Not again. The lurkers are on their own. Yeah, every lurker's going to go down. Massive pickups. Ay, ay, ay. The same thing happened in game 1. We spoke about it. Lurkers on their own. They do nothing. They're so vulnerable. Oh my god. We attempt the juggle. Yeah, 1 Colossus goes down. There's 3 Colossus left. Down to 2. Down to 2 Colossus. The Lingbane. The Hydras. Oh my god. It's barely going to be enough. It's barely enough here. Reynor, he holds. He survives. He takes down the final Colossus. He's holding. Yeah, likewise, here he didn't have his reinforcements, but here still has a standing army. But no more Colossus. And on top of that, no more Observer. Yeah, there's no Observer, there's no detection. He cannot deal with those lurkers. He can't see. Yeah, he cannot see the lurkers. He tries to collapse in. Lurkers a burrow. And the power of the lunker. This is a fresh mining base as well. Reynor, he's on 2 bases. One of them is fresh. herO down to 2 bases as well, but he doesn't really have much saturation. We have Tempest on the way. True. Tempest production has begun. herO, he cannot break that expansion. Not anymore. Nice kill. Nice kill in the chamber. I mean, everything does count. Reynor does have a massive mineral bank, though. Just needs lava. Nice zealot run by. I guess can snipe some of the tech that's already dying. There's not really much to achieve here. But he does get the Hydra Den. Yeah, the den goes down. Oh, there's no lair. Ooh, okay. There's no lair. The den cannot be rebuilt. And Reynor has no gas. There it is. Okay, lair has begun. Lair begins at the natural location, or at the 3rd location. At the triangular 3rd. The Hydras are exposed. Yeah, very nice force fields. A couple of Hydras get caught out. That's a kill, not a cancel. Tempest are moving in, but there's still no detection, I believe. I believe there's still no detection here. Tempest, they poke in. Just getting free damage. Picking for Queen, getting a Hydra. There it is. Observer is now on the way. You can see it on the production tab. At the same time, nice thing run by here by Reynor. Ooh, Tempest ever extends. That should not have happened. That should not have happened. Here he was inattentive. Collapsing the army. He has no detection. Oh, free damage here from the lurkers. Oh my god, the lurkers, they go to town. The lurkers punish. No detection. Ay, ay, ay. Here now he lands a revelation. Too little, too late. Does get 2 lurkers. Gets the mineral line. Ooh, gets the mineral line. That's huge. Does get all these drones. That's a lot of drones going down. Uh-oh. Observer now arrives, but there's also an overseer. Tempest, they kite back. Nice kiting here by herO. He's getting on top of the lurkers. Oh no. Can he get him? He can. Yeah, he can. The Tempest has no anti-air. The Tempest, they reign supreme here. The Tempest, they pop off. Immortal as well. We got 2, 3 Tempest. The Immortal is immortal. He lives. the Broodlings. But the Immortal does survive. And with that herO, he's done it. He has broken the mining base here of Reynor. No shot. herO, he finally has detection. He's got 2 observers. The Tempest, they pop off. The Hydras are being bullied. Yeah, Spores, they try to get in position. The Spores are actually within range of the Observer. Uh-oh. The Observer gets 1. Gets 2. He gets all 3. The Spores, they kill both Observers and the Oracle as well. So once again, herO has 0 detection, but Reynor, he has no army. So like, that was really cute. That should not have happened. That was crazy, but at the same time, Reynor, he has no money. As Reynor is stuck making Hydras. I don't even think he has Lurker Den. I think there is one. Okay, I think this is the den behind the on the left-hand side. Regardless, it's the Tempest that are the real issue here. They're getting into the mineral line. You can see Reynor coming in from behind, going up the ramp. Can Reynor collapse on this Tempest? Oh, he's coming in. He gets 1. He gets 1 Tempest. Oh, yeah, the other does get caught. No shot. Does he get 2? Ah, not quite. Dead space. Yeah, he does find himself in some dead space there. Here, he is safe. Within range of the Hydra Den. Yeah, the den is going down. And Reynor can't do anything about it. He is making 2 Lurkers. And remember, here, he lost all the Observers earlier to the Spore. He lost all the Observers. I'm not so certain he rebuilt. Ah, there we go. He's now rebuilding. 1 Observer's on the way. Jesus. Kill the Hydra Den. There we go. GG. GG gets called. And herO, he will extend his lead to 0. Whew. GG. Ay, ay, ay. GG, well played. Very close, very clutch. A game there between herO and Reynor. Very close, very back and forth. Reynor going for the base trade, embracing the base trade, and herO struggling there as well. He had the greater main army, and I believe that Reynor was going to win. He had 11 Lurkers. He had 11 Lurkers back at home. He had the defensive setup at his triangular third base as well. But what happened? We mentioned at the time, 2 games in a row now, the Lurkers were exposed. The Lurkers, they were isolated, they were on their own, there was no support for the Lurkers, and herO found them, and he was able to reset that Lurker count. I want to say he killed like 5 or 6 Lurkers at that point. It was still very shaky, true, it was still very messy. It was a messy game. It was a very messy game, coming down to the wire with like 1 Tempest or 1 Immortal, 1 Observer, detection, no detection, a couple of Hydras, a couple of Lurkers. It was very close, very clutch, very messy. Could have gone either way, to be honest. Could have gone either way, as both players, they got down and dirty. But in the end, herO, he does extend his lead to 0. But remember, best of 7. First to 4. First to 4 here. Can herO edge ever closer? Can Reynor begin that comeback? As up next, we're going to be loading into Ruby Rock. Ooh, going to be now stopping with these larger maps. Now we're going to be loading into one of the smaller maps in the map pool. Let's go. Here we go, as we're getting into game number 3 here. Going to be loading into a smaller map, a map that does favor aggression, and who is going to embrace that more aggressive side, that more aggressive nature? Who's it going to be? Show us what you got. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Green Protoss player, the Blue Protoss representing T1. It is herO. herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player, the Italian Zerg for Basilisk. It is Reynor. Let's go. I barely have any time to say to introduce the players. We gotta speed through it, man. We gotta speed through it. It's all good. Whew, okay. But here we go. Here we go. We are setting up. We're going to be settling in. We do have our initial opener. Gate expand. Gate expand, hatch gas pool. So far, everything's looking normal, but welcome one and all to Ruby Rock. Yo, shout out to the crowd, by the way. Shout out to the crowd. Oh, we got some herO fans. Oh, I can hear them cheering Reynor. I can hear it. Yo, we got some division in the crowds. But here we go. Here we go. Again, so far, standard opener, hatch gas pool out of Reynor. Likewise, a herO going for the gate expand. But welcome to Ruby Rock. Ruby Rock is one of the smaller maps in the map pool. Aggression is typically favored here, especially at the third and fourth base locations. So we'll see how we do embrace this. We have seen a lot of German taxis. True, we have seen a lot of German taxis on Ruby Rock. That is also going to be an option here for Reynor. But we'll see, as both players have been mixing up their builds. And herO so far twice now has gone for charge. I do favor these all-ins against the charge-heavy style, so we'll see if Reynor does embrace that or if he calms down and plays macro. We'll see. As herO is being as annoying as possible. Disrupting the mining, disrupting the economy, or at least trying to. But I'll be honest, Game 1 and Game 2 so far in this series have been closer than what Solar and Serral achieved against herO in their respective series. Yes, Solar did take a game, but that was off of herO being too greedy and being caught with an all-in, if you remember. Like herO, he got caught with his pants down. And Solar was able to pop off. Well, these first two games have been intense. That's maybe the best word that I would use for that. They've been very intense. Here we go, as we are going to be building up. herO is soon to claim his third. So far, Stargate opening into the Oracle. Everything so far still looking normal from herO. No Void Ray, not this time. Does not go for the Void. Nice pick up. Here he does catch the initial Overlord. But outside of that, it's just setting up back at home. We're still waiting for the tech of choice. We are waiting for the Twilight Council and the Forge. Likewise, Reynor is still just droning. So it's been a very passive early game here, which is kind of what we expect. We don't really expect anything too crazy this early on. It's about the follow-up. It's about the 3-base setup. You know, how many drones do we make? What's the timing of the lair, for example? If you remember last game, it was a 418 lair timing. It was a very, very fast lair, which led into the fast hydrogen. This time we're hitting 420 and still no lair. So Reynor is mixing it up. He's mixing it up. Back at home, we do have a Forge and a Twilight Council. 3 drones go down so far. Nice damage here by herO. Nice flyby. Well, meanwhile, Reynor is going to go for a 445-ish Roach Horn timing, so we do have a Roach Horn first. A bit of a safer build out of Reynor, followed by a delayed lair. Almost a 5-minute lair timing here. So Reynor is just securing himself, playing safe, building up. At the same time, herO for the first time this series, for the first time this broadcast, I believe. I can't recall if I don't think he went for a blink at all against Solar, I'll be honest. We have plus on a blink on the way. Nice control. Oh my god, the Oracles, they take a lot of hits, but they barely do get out. Very close. last bit that does pull away. We have extra gateways being thrown down. You have my attention. Getting up to 6. We're throwing down a lot of gateways here. We have a Templar Archives on the way. Okay, I was curious if it was going to go for an 8 gate. He's not. At the same time, Reynor slowly taking up into Hydras. So Reynor is playing very safely, very carefully. Early Roachhorn, later Lair, now going for Hydras, just slowly building up into a longer game. At the same time, herO is also taking up in towards Storm. But so far, it's been pretty passive. Both players just being careful. The Oracles, they find more damage. 4 drones going down. Nicely done here by herO. Speak of 4 workers. Sears being active. We're trying to keep up. Solar, he does get eyes. Sorry, Solar. Reynor, he does get eyes on the 4th base. Can't really apply much pressure. And I'm most curious now that we've reached this kind of game state, we agree to get the answer. I was going to say, does Reynor drone, or does he cut workers here and max out on Ling, Bane, Hydra? We have the answer. Infestation Bit. Infestation Bit gets thrown down, so Reynor, he's taking up into Lurkers. So just, again, just really safe and really macro play here out of Reynor. For the first time this series, like just going this safely, this carefully, just building up slowly in towards Lurker tech. Reynor's getting there. Which means the pressure is now on herO. The pressure is on. Reynor's not being aggressive. There's a Lurker Den. And Reynor's win condition is survive until Lurkers. It's just maintain this amount of map control, these bases, and build up into Lurker tech. herO, he has to try to break Reynor before that happens. As charge is finishing up. If the plan was to go into Sky Toss, like we're late to do so. So I feel like herO, he has to commit soon. He's poking in. He's poking, prodding. Rotating on the left-hand side. I just don't think he has enough here. And hero's not teching. It's late. Fleet Beacon. This is an almost 9-minute Fleet Beacon here for herO. Ay, ay, ay. So herO, he's going to try to tech up, but I'll be honest, Reynor's going to hit first. hero's moving in. Stasis gets baited. Nice bait. Baits out the Stasis. Ling Hydra has arrived. At the same time, Archons, they try to push forward, but the Lurkers are in position. And again, there's going to be a window in time here where Reynor has Lurkers, a massive amount of Lurkers, and herO doesn't have Sky Toss. Ooh, as the Archon gets surrounded. You can see the picture in picture. Reynor, he shuts down the Archon push. Stasis traps going off. herO trying to apply some pressure on the top side, but he just does not have enough. And hero's just being outscaled. He's being outscaled. It feels, this game so far, it feels like herO assumed that Reynor was going to be more aggressive than he was. It feels like he was getting ready for aggression. That's why he was stuck on a gateway composition. But the problem is, as we mentioned, Reynor was just playing very safe. He was just playing very, very safe. Slowly building up into Roaches, into Hydras, now into Lurkers. Slow and steady. Didn't do anything fancy. Didn't rush into any tech either. But it feels like herO kind of got into his own head. Now he's making in. The Lurkers are exposed. Okay, he gets one, he gets two, he gets three. 3 Lurkers go down. Nice pickoffs. Reynor was out of position, but he does get the surround. And Reynor, he will punish. Yeah, he does punish. Takes down both Archons. It was a nice start for herO, but I don't know if he can get out. I don't know if he can get away. Yeah, so Lambe does hit the top side. hero's going for the base trade. Yeah, it's the only way. It's the only way here for herO. herO, he knows he cannot fight head on. He commits to the base trade. Ling's nice around, collapsing on the Stalkers. Every Stalker will fall. There's no blink. The Spine Crawlers, they shut down the army. There were 3, 4, 5 Spine Crawlers here in position. And Reynor, he's just cruising his way into a win. Like, I'll be honest. Reynor, he's waddling on up the ramp, pushing into the third base. herO, what does he have in position? Oh, no detection. No overseer. Okay. The cloak. The mass cloak. Yeah, lurkers are being cleaned up. A nice defense here by herO. He's barely going to hold on. Just lack of overseers killing Reynor. Tempests are on the way, but Reynor, he should be able to rebuild, remax, and push soon. He should still punish. Ooh. As we have one lurker popping off. Speaking of no detection, herO, he also has no detection. No, no. Not like this. Yeah, that one lurker denying any kind of mining. Reynor, he's about to max out. And again, this game, Reynor should be able to break herO before Critical Mass of Tempest. I'm a little bit concerned. The Tempest count is building up. Yeah, but here we go. The Hydras, they start to step forward. This time there are Overseers. There's 3 of them with the main army. Zealots, they try to come in from behind. More lurkers are morphing in. There's the first cloak. And here he does catch reinforcements. Not bad. It does catch reinforcements. Hydras, they start to step forward. They do get one of the Tempests. Almost. As the army slowly pushing in. herO with a desperation zealot counterattack. He's going to be losing 33 probes. And Zealots, they do catch reinforcements. They are trading well for themselves. But is it enough? I mean, they're trading well. Zealots, they catch more Hydras. Reynor, he turns back around. But the problem is that Reynor can't turn around. He can just turn around and defend. Oh, Lings, they slip into the main. That should not have happened. But again, hero's economy is crippled. He's down to 19 probes. Barely any workers. Barely an economy. And what you see is what you get. I believe 6 Tempests. Yeah, 6 Tempests, 1 Mothership. Clerk is activated. No Overseer. Ooh. So here he's trading well. There is no detection. This entire game for both players. There's just no detection. But again, here he cannot replace this. He cannot reinforce. Meanwhile, Reynor can. As Reynor, he's just ignoring the army, going for the counterattack instead. Oh, where are we headed? The train is awkward. Yeah, some awkward terrain for Reynor. But he still does get one of the Tempest. Still catching at the ground army. You can sense the frustrations for Reynor. Like, in a head-on fight, Reynor wins. But his army is just so awkward. There we go. Starter steps forward, getting under the Tempest. Mothership goes down. Tempest as well, and this time there's no way out. Yeah, there's no way out of this. GG gets called, and Reynor, he fights back. He puts a point on the board. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A much cleaner game here at Reynor. Meanwhile, a big shout out to Defiance in the chat. God, Defiance RTS, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time. Bienvenidos, papi. As we do have a series. And again, herO, he kind of misread what was going on. Winding it back, what happened this game? Reynor was just playing very safe. He was just chilling. Reynor, remember, he went for a Roach Warren opener. Went for a Roach Warren. He went for like a 5-minute lair timing. Built up to 3 bases. Got a 4th base. Got into Hydras. Got into slowly, eventually, Lurkers and Hive Tech. Got some safety spine crawlers. Reynor was just chilling. When it came to herO, as I mentioned before, it did feel like herO was expecting aggression. It felt like herO was playing overly defensive, which is why his tech was so late. His tech was very, very late this game. He was prioritizing and fixated on arc, on production, on warping in more zealots, warping in more stalkers, not to be aggressive, not to be out, but what felt like to kind of embrace and to deal with aggression from the Zerg player, which never quite came. So when it came to the macro game that we were getting into, Hero was just behind. Here he was just 1-2 steps behind the entire game. So he was just outscaled. Again, it felt like maybe Hero got into his own head. But we are setting up for our next game. Oh, un momento. We're getting ready here for our next game. And we have a back and forth, Pappy. True. We have a back and forth. We have a series. And can Reynor tie things up? Can we tie things up, and can we force a tied up 2-2 scoreline, or will Hero be able to bring back some of that momentum and take a lead instead? Remember, this is the best of 7, so we still have plenty of games ahead of us. It's first to 4. First to 4 will be our champion. Let's go. The players, they stepped down for a moment for a break. Now they're stepping back in. Don't blame them. It's been an intense series so far. It's been very intense. Just taking a moment. Joe, we got our MP3 player. We got. Or is that just audio settings? I haven't seen an MP3 player in a long time. Whip out the Italian rap. So the playlist going on the iPod. Let's go, man. Let's go. As it looks like our players are getting, the players are ready. Okay, players are ready. Whew, as we're getting ready for game number 4, game 4 is going to be on 10,000 feet. One of the smaller maps in said map pool. I mean, I said the same thing about Ruby Rock, but we had Reynor just chilling, just calming down, just going for a slower start, a more steady macro game, and Reynor just outscaled. We'll see how our players will adjust coming into 10,000 feet. Let's go. Once again, we'll see if Hero can bring back some of that momentum and bring us to match point. Our Zerg player can tie things up. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have our South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. It is Hero for T1. herO. They just give us no time. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the Italian Zerg player for Basilisk. It is Reynor. Here we go, and welcome on all to 10,000 feet. At 10,000 feet is or has the shortest rush distance. The shortest rush distance out of any other map in the current ladder map pool. Shorter than Tourmaline, shorter than Ruby Rock. So the rush distance is very short on this map, but the base layouts are a little bit more defensive. We have seen many a player struggle to break a 4-basing player here. The initial 4-base setup is very consolidated. It's very consolidated. They're very close together. So rotating defensively between your natural 3rd and 4th base is relatively easy. And we have seen, again, many a successful defensive play on 10,000 feet as a result of that. If Hero were to, say, be a little bit more defensive and be turtle heavy and going to Sky Toss, I can see that working here on 10,000 feet. But at the same time, because of what happened last game, remember, Hero was too passive. Hero was just very passive, very defensive, and it did feel like he misread the game state. After what just happened in the last game, I feel like there's a high chance that Hero does shift gears and takes control of the map and is the aggressor instead. Like, he might choose to be the aggressor here. We'll see. It's still a little bit too early. For now, we're just keeping up. We have a Hero just being as annoying as possible. We have Reynor microing back against that probe, as you can see here. If you're curious the way what's happening in the early game, what is often the case in ZVP is that in StarCraft, only 2 workers can ever mine from a patch at once, right? So here we do have a Hero trying to mine from the patch, trying to force workers off the mineral patch. Trying to force them off. And Reynor fighting back against that. Meanwhile, we have our Stargate open out of here. No time for the fanfare. Nah. No fanfare for clean feed. No fanfare. I see CR1 Dark. Is this live? The cast is live, but the matches are via replays. We did cast this is day 2. We did cast day 1 live, but we were unable to cast day 2 live. We were unavailable. So we're catching up on day 2 via said replays or via the clean feed. Meanwhile, hatch gas pool, third base is being taken, Stargate opener out of here, everything's looking normal so far, and it's going to be Oracle first, not Void Ray. So Oracle opener out of here. From here, our eyes are going to be on the timing of Hero's third and the timing of the Twilight Council and the Forge. At the same time, we'll see if Reynor goes for the early Lair or early Roachhorn or early Evo Chamber. Which of the 3? Remember last game it was around a 424, 30-ish Roachhorn timing into a 5-minute Lair. Nice snipe on the tumor. As Hero's going to try to catch some transferring drones. Not bad, he gets 1. Oh, no he doesn't. Yeah, a bit of miscontrol there, but he actually goes further into the mineral line. Okay, he gets 1, he gets 2 drones. Not bad. 2 drones go down. Hero pulls away. And here he will claim that forward third. Now, if you remember at the start of this game, we spoke about how centralized the bases are on this map, and you can see it here. This forward third base protects the natural. Usually, when it comes to a lot of these, when it comes to a standard map layout, and you saw it on Ruby Rock as well, you have an entrance into the natural and then an entrance into the third base, and they're separate from each other. But here, the third is in front of the natural, so you can keep your army parked in one base and protect both locations at once. That's why it can be difficult to all in and to break a defending player here on 10,000 feet. Meanwhile, the Oracles do poke in, getting 1, 2, 3 drone kills. Oh! Jeez. Stay with us, Matty. Stay with us. Devastate Shade into the main. Oh, and wait, this is getting a little bit out of hand. 4 drones, 5 drones going down. Can we get 6? Not quite. But 5 drone kills, not a bad start. At the same time, standard follow-up. I see the standard third base timing, Forge, Twilight Council. Last game we saw Hero going to Blink, but be very defensive and very passive. This time, do we see Blink once again, or Charge? As Lings, they bait out the energy overcharge. The Pulsar Beam, not bad. Bait out the Pulsar Beam. Once again, it's going to be a 5:17 lair timing. So there's a bit of a difference here. This is a later lair, true. Unless I missed it, I didn't see a Roachhorn. There's no Baliness, no Evo Chamber, no Roachhorn, no tech. Period. Interesting. So later lair, no early tech. So this is a little bit greedier here by Reynor. Like, it's very similar to last game. Very similar, but a little bit greedier. Ooh, but if they do shade into the third, they get another 2 drones at 9 mining. The lack of Roachhorn tells us that, is this going to be Mutas? If it's going to be Hydras, typically we have an Evo Chamber alongside this. Gas is being taken. What's it going to be? Is it going to be the Spire? Is it going to be the Hydroden? There are 4 gases on the way. That's a lot of gas. On a small map like this, it's got to be the Hydroden, right? It'd be too risky to go Mutas. Yeah, there it is. Hydroden is on the way. So we're taking a bit of Hydroden at the same time. Jesus, we have quadruple Oracle. The Oracles, they move out. They're going to go for the kill. The hatchery does finish, so no cancel. Yeah, no cancellation. And that will be a kill. Very nice pick off here by Hero. Hero's been all over Reynor. Killing drones, now killing bases as well. Reynor, he attempts to run by, but we spoke about this earlier. Like, the defensive setup here on 3 bases on 10,000 feet is too good. It's too good, too powerful. Lings, they do nothing, and Reynor, he's rushing into an infestation pit. Okay, so again, this has been a really interesting build. It feels a little bit greedy just because we skipped the Roachhorn and we skipped the Bailey Nest, but at the same time, we didn't rush into a fast lair. Like, it was still a standard lair timing. Just getting there, we saw that Reynor was cutting corners, so slightly greedy. From here, taking up into Hydras, Mass Revelation, gets eyes on the lair, gets eyes on the Hydras. Does he spot the infestation bit, though? That's the most important part. If he sees the pit, he should be aware that we're taking up into Lurkers. And that Reynor's building up into a longer and later game. herO throws down the bait for Colossus, blinks forward, applies pressure, getting a queen. Gets one. Gets two. Oh, barely not. Oh, does get the queen. Yeah, 2 queens go down. Nice pickups here by herO. Nice setup here with the stasis traps. And Reynor's hurting. Reynor, he is hurting. Massive stasis goes off of the Lings. Another stasis trap as well. And another. There's still more behind this. Remember, it was a quadruple Oracle opener. Plenty of stasis traps. As another queen goes down. Ooh, herO overextends. Yeah, big overextension. The queen survives. herO, no, herO, he's on A move. Yeah, he's stuck on A move here, losing almost every single Oracle. Massive slip up out of herO. He was doing so well up until this point. Up until this point, here he does fumble. Oracles, they do have a lot of value. They have a lot of presence, a lot of utility throughout the entirety of his EVP. herO slowly building up into Colossus. At the same time, Reynor taking up in towards Lurkers. Lurkers are amassing. Oh, sorry, I should say Lurkers are on the horizon. Lings, they once again attempt to run by. They run into a Colossus. Seeing the Colossi should trigger Reynor to go into Vipers. Should. As herO's popping up, pushing on the right hand side, Zealot run by into the center. The Stalkers are getting on top of the Hydras. Some expensive losses here for Reynor. As Hydras are going down, and Reynor, once again, he will lose another expansion. Yeah, Tomb Raider's gone down twice now. But they're the Vipers. Reynor, he's almost there. He needs those Vipers. As herO tries to slip by. Does attempt to. Getting into Colossi, into Disruptors. Oh! Prism gets caught out. Massive pickoff. Nice catch out of Reynor. And herO, he's taking up into Sky Toss. But once again, similar to last game, there's going to be a window in time where Reynor has Lurkers and herO doesn't have Sky Toss ready. As Lurkers already morphing in. Reynor, he has momentum. Oh, nice pickoff. Gets a Lurker. Ooh, does not actually. Lurker barely survives. Lings, they try to poke in. Ooh. Does wing forward. Gets a Lurker. Vipers have to be so careful here. As Reynor sharking around. Nice snipe. Gets the Oracle. Oh, Jesus. Yo, Observer. The clean feed is getting dirty. Gotta be careful with it you're showing us, baby. But here we go. The army does collapse in. Yeah, Nova's going off. No major connections. Cashing out a Hydra. Meanwhile, you can see that here he's completely cut off from his own fourth. The fourth base is going to go down. Okay, here he cannot defend. I'm surprised he took this fourth. Typically, you take the fourth base on the left-hand side. And here's going for the base trade. He's going for the base trade. He knows he cannot push into the Lurkers. He's going for the counterattack instead. But there are 3 Lurkers back in to defend. Where's the detection? Where's the revelation? Ooh, the Oracle goes down. Yeah, Reynor, he defends back at home. And meanwhile, across the map, Reynor dragging the army within range of Lurkers. He takes a better fight. And here is being torn apart. He's being torn apart. Lings, they flood into the main. No. The Lings get in. Thankfully, here he's ready. Warps into Zealots. He's ready in the main base. But again, here he's stuck on 3 bases. Oof. Bleeding out Stalkers. Reynor's all over him. Oof, nice. herO does catch 2 lurkers, not bad. 2 lurkers go down. But Reynor, he's made it back home. Now he can focus. Now he can focus on the main fight. He's still got those Vipers. Still got him. Gets 1, gets 2. Tries to, but no follow-up. Yeah, the Colossus does get away. But the arc of lurkers here is insane. Yeah, a lot of lurker shots going off, but the lurkers are exposed. Not again. Not again. Maybe the lurkers are on their own. Reynor, he loses almost every single lurker. He's still got 13 more. Jesus. He's still got 13 more behind this. The wall is open. The wall's not a wall. Lings, they flood in. herO. Reynor, he busts into the natural. He'll give up on the base, but again, Reynor, he still has a healthy lurker count. He just has to bring everything together. Bring it together. Ooh, there's a recall back home. Recalls to the natural. Link still wreaking havoc. Reynor is counterattacking, going for the would-be 4th base. And Reynor, he's containing herO. He's containing him on a low base count. That's a kill, not a cancel. Kills the Nexus. As herO still has to end the game with this army. Can you touch the unit that is recalling and abort the recall on it? No. The recall will still happen. As this time lurkers, they sit by. Yeah, lurkers get in. Yeah, nice deduction here on the Tempest. Yeah, lurkers, they slip into the main. And again, here is still being torn apart here. Nice revelation. Lurkers are going to be cleaned up, but he has to race back home once again. And Reynor is going for the kill. He's going for the kill, going for the throat, forcing his way up the ramp. Messy fight here by Reynor. Yeah, very messy. He's going to lose every lurker. Oof. Reynor, we're going to calm down. Once again, Reynor, he's had those 2 Vipers for so long, and they've been a part of one fight. Like, they just kept being left behind. Like, the Vipers, papi. Let him in. Let them fight. Ooh. Production team. Por favor. Yo, the Observer's getting too excited. He tabbed out of the game. Okay, here we go. herO gonna commit in. There's the first abduction. Gets a Colossus. Gets a Tempest. See, that's what we need. We need those abductions. We need them back. As the base goes down. But again, Reynor, he still has the army. At the same time going for another run by. They just continue. They keep slipping by. Gets another 5 probes. Does force the defensive warp in. Nice catch. Not the first time that's happened. Reynor has much better eco. I mean, we've been saying that hero's all in this entire time. Like, it's it's been like, what, 8 minutes now that hero's just been completely all in. That's why as the game goes on longer here, it's better for Reynor. Nice catch here, getting 1, getting 2 Tempest. Does catch out 2 Tempest. And again, Reynor just has to play it slow. Just slow and steady. Just calm down, Reynor. Yeah, you can see here herO on cams. Not looking happy about the situation. Confounded. I mean, despite that, like here, he has found some decent fights. Like despite being in a really rough position, that is true. Partially because Reynor has not really been able to consolidate his forces, but once again, another link run by. There's recall back home, but he does abandon some units. Yeah, an Archon and an Immortal get left behind. Nice feedbacks. Nice feedbacks out of herO. As lurkers, they have the range to deny mining. 5 probes going down, trying to force herO's hand. Finally, Reynor's taking up in towards a Spire, so he should have a better army here against the Skytoss, against the Colossus and Tempest. As Corruptors are in the mix. Oof, herO trying to rush into the lurkers, and now we can collapse in. There we go. Reynor, he collapses in, catching out the Archon, stutter stepping forward. GG gets called, and Reynor ties up the series at 2-2. GG. Whew, GG, well played. With that, Reynor does tie things up, and we have a back and forth. We have a back and forth. We have a series. We have a finals. Beautiful, Pappy, beautiful. GG, well played. DM, Pappy. True, true. Once again, they're winding it back when it comes to the game itself. We saw that herO, he did attempt to like slowly build up and tech up. We did mention earlier that herO was late to get into Skytoss. His tech was delayed. We saw that Reynor, he was much faster when it came to getting to his Hydras, when it came to getting to his Lurkers and Hive Tech as well. He had a really interesting build where Reynor was cutting corners. If you remember, he was cutting corners. He skipped his Roach Warren, he skipped his Baneling Nest. He went into his lair and straight into Hydras as well to go into faster Lurker tech. So he was able to build up into those Lurkers. And with that, he was able to, there was a window in time where he was able to bully herO with the faster lurkers, and herO just couldn't expand. He could not maintain his 4th base. I was really surprised by the 4th base location that herO went for. The 4th base at the triangular 3rd is so difficult to maintain because it is so isolated. It's so isolated compared to the linear 3rd base, the linear 4th. Like, so really odd decision there by herO. He could not defend it, he could not maintain it. He was caught out of position, he was out positioned, and once Reynor knocked down that 4th base, herO never built up his economy. He could never build back up, he could never retake his 4th base, he could never maintain his army, he could never keep up with Reynor, not after the 4th went down. And again, it went down just because Reynor did rush into those lurkers. herO, he was doing a decent job in the mid-game when it came to Stalker aggression and Oracle harassment as well. It was decent, but he was never trying to kill, right? He was never committing. It was only ever harassment, and herO was kind of 1 or 2 steps behind when it comes to setting up for a late game. But GG. GG, well played. With that, we're now tied up 2-2, and we are getting ready for game number 5. Let's go. Let us go. So we're getting ready for that 5th game. Game 5 is going to be on... Oh. I'll be honest, I can't quite recall that. I remember Tourmaline is later in the series. Like a game 6, game 7. So we'll get to Tourmaline eventually. Now we're getting into that 5th game. Putting into Celestial Enclave. Okay, and there's a right-hand corner. We do have our South Green Protoss player. The blue Protoss, it is herO. For T1. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Italian Zerg player, the red Zerg for Basilisk. It is Reynor. As we are getting into game number 5 here, and welcome one and all to Celestial Enclave. I was getting ahead of myself. Titus Citadel got vetoed earlier, but welcome to Celestial Enclave. Celestial Enclave is the most defensive map in the current map pool, hyper defensive, and it does favor certain playstyles as a result. Getting a free pocket base as a 4th or 5th does allow you to be hyper defensive, to build up and get into and can build up into towards Skytoss. If herO, oh, Nexus first. Okay. Well, go, calm down. herO, calm down. But here we go. Nexus first out of herO. Hyper Greed. And again, Greed is favored on this map. It's all about cutting corners, all about being as greedy as possible. And we'll see where herO takes us. Whether he is hyper greedy and defensive and builds up into Skytoss, or if he has something else more sinister up his sleeve. Oh boy. But again, Celestial Enclave is just a game about greed. We just see Reynor going Hatch Gas Pool. He does not play Gasless. Interesting. So no Gasless style out of Reynor. Does not play Gasless. From here we're building up. Hatch Gas Pool. Standard open out of our Zerg player. And coming into this, I'm going to lean a little bit more towards herO. I'll be honest, over the past couple of games, I'm a little bit surprised by how passive herO has been. Again, herO, he's been a lot more mid-game oriented and mid-game focused. And that is where Reynor's been able to thrive. Like, Reynor enjoying like a more standard macro game and building up into lurkers, that's how he's won the last 2 games. If Reynor can get into a semblance of a standard game, then he can pop off. But does that also translate to Celestial Enclave? True. This tournament's getting juicy. I mean, it already has been. If you missed out, I do highly recommend Reynor versus Clem. Reynor versus Clem was crazy. Reynor versus Maru. herO versus Serral. It's been an incredible tournament. Thankfully, we didn't peak early. Like, the earlier series of fire, man. I think the scary thing that often does occur is if the semis are too good, then the finals, like, it kind of like falls flat. But not for this event. No. Not for the past couple of events, to be fair. Hello, finally. This is what I've been waiting for. Early Twilight Council. It's been a while. As I mentioned before, the last 2 games, herO has been a lot more tame. He's been a lot more tame in Game 4 and Game 3. But here in Game 5, Early Council, show us what you got. Do we go charge? Do we open up Glaives? It's going to be one of the 2. Remember, there's no Forge. No Forge, delayed +1, delayed upgrades. In favor of extra gateways, Early Twilight Council. 3 gates have been thrown down. 4 in total. So he's got his 4 gates set up. And we're waiting for the upgrade of choice. It's going to be Glaives. Okay, so 4 gate Glaives out of herO. He might even throw down 2 more gateways. We'll see. But he is being hyper aggressive. This is the herO that we know and love. But Reynor's coming in for the scouts. Very nice scout here. The Overlord is making his way towards the main base. herO, he has no Stalker to deny vision. He has no Void Ray either. Reynor, he's about to see everything, and he's getting a safety Roach Warren. Things are looking better for Reynor. Things are looking better here. Stasis Trap in towards the 3rd. Reynor does shut it down. Overlord gets in, and the Overlord sees everything, confirms the Twilight Council, confirms the lack of Forge, or at least sees there's no Forge alongside the building, which is a tell. And Reynor, he already has that Roach Horn on the way. He just needs to produce as many roaches as he can. And get ready for the Sim City, get ready to wall off. Here we go, Roach production has begun. We got 6 roaches on the way. As herO's moving out, Glaives is just now finishing. We're 10 seconds away. And Reynor should have a drone in position. He should have a drone to wall off. Oh, herO rushing into a Fleet Beacon. He's crazy. Glaive Adepts into Sky Toss. This is a very chaotic build here by herO. Very risky. And we'll see if we can get away with it. So far, Reynor does fully wall off. So good reactions. Remember, he already scouted. He already scouted everything. So Reynor has a full wall. The Adepts, they do 0 damage, and herO's in trouble. Reynor already going for the Spire as well. Blindly. Blindly going for the Spire. Which means he has access to Corruptors. And so far, things are looking a little bit bleak for herO. Now, I say a little bit because herO hasn't lost his army, right? He still has all these Adepts, and hey, he does cancel a base. So he's finding some damage here. There's still potential for these Adepts to get into a mineral line. Reynor is keeping up, and Reynor is denying that from happening, but there is still a chance. Back at home, herO has begun his Mothership. 2nd Stargate, +1 air attack. Getting ready for the Sky Toss. But again, that Sky Toss rush should be less effective just because of the Spire. Meanwhile, Adepts shades into the mineral line. He gets in. Does get in. 2, 3 drones going down. Not bad. Just 3 drones. Shades in towards the natural. We do have a full wall once again. Reynor very quick here with that wall. Very nice. He walls up, he walls off. Stasis traps into the mineral line. Decent connections. Ooh, going into mutas. Remember, Reynor doesn't know. He doesn't know that Skytoss is coming. Otherwise, we should be seeing Corruptors on the way, but he's making mutas because he's in the dark. This is expensive. Does have 5 mutas on the way. Meanwhile, we have Phoenixes out of herO. Ah, he saw the Spire. No! Reynor had the tools, but Reynor's going into mutas. He's been seen, he's been scouted, he's now been confirmed. And we'll see what these mutas can get done. So far, they pick off 2 oracles. I mean, not bad. Does catch 2 oracles. We have Anion Pulse Crystals on the way. Saves the Oracle. Oh my god, okay. Saves the Oracle, dives on the mutas. And Reynor, he will lose every muta here. Tempest even revealed. That was from earlier, before the Phoenix production. And momentum is swinging. Initially, I was preferring Reynor's position against the failed Glaive Adepts and against the would-be Skytoss. But now herO has momentum. He shut down the mutas. Corruptor production has been delayed. Phoenixes, they catch our queens. We have carriers on the way. Interesting. I'm not too fond of carriers in this position, but if he's ahead, I mean, they can still work. Catching out another queen. Going for the overlords. herO is deflected. He still has all those adepts alive. herO is still being active, moving out with the adepts from the early game. And can he find a way in? Shades into the natural. The wall's open. Yeah, the wall is open. Commits to the shade. Lings are in position, and so far they're keeping up. Yeah, the adepts are going to be shut down. They're going to be cleaned up here. Nice defense out of Reynor. Cleans up the adepts. Does clean them up. Reynor going for a massive Doom drop. Jesus. Got 6 drop lords on the way. Corruptors, they keep up with the Phoenixes. And here he's amassing mass carrier. Going for the carrier rush here. I mean, carriers, they can do well if there's limited anti-air. Like, if there's a low Hydra count and a low Corruptor count. And the Corruptor count is low, to be fair. Like, carriers, they can pop off. They can snowball out of control. If the Zerg player is caught unawares. Well, as Phoenixes, they catch an Overlord, but they do not spot the Dropper Lords. Oh, does he find them? Oh, he sees! Oh my god, he does find the Dropper Lords. Massive pickups. No! Oh my god, does deny. Gets a full Dropper Lord as well. Reynor, he was trying to go for the Doom drop. Reynor's denied. And we're getting messy. We're getting messy, papi. We can see herO getting into Void Ray production. He does spot the Mass Corruptor. The Void Rays are amassing. herO going full Skytoss. Ooh, once again, no! Okay, he does spot. This time, though, Corruptors do zone away the Phoenixes. herO, does he react in time? He should be able to. He should be able to react. Stasis goes off. Yeah, Drop Lords has denied. Carriers, they're ready here on the front lines. And Reynor, he's losing that lead. He's losing everything here. Again, he had no idea about the mass carrier until now. Until this very moment. Drop Lords, they do make their way into the pocket base. True. They make their way in. The Skytoss does react. And Reynor, he'll lose everything here. This wasn't quite worth it. What did he kill? Didn't kill any probes. Killed a cannon. He got a cannon. He got maybe a shield battery. The Skytoss rotates from the poker base towards the center. Nexus does go down. But I don't believe Reynor's ready for this. Not quite ready for this amount of Sky Toss. Neural can help, true. As Reynor's going for the counterattack, trying to force herO back home. herO, he commits. He commits. Reynor, he slips into the natural, slips into the main. Damage is going to be done. Meanwhile, herO's going for the kill. He's going for the kill. Pushing through the front lines. There are 16 Corruptors and 1 Infestor. Not enough Infestors. Research Neural, but I don't know if that's really going to come into play. herO rotating bottom right. Brings down another expansion. Reynor down to 3 bases, and herO just recalls. Ooh, does recall back home. He lost 28 pros back at home, though. herO's economy is crippled. The Lings, they got some damage. This is still close. I still favor herO's army. In a head-on fight, herO wins, for sure, but Reynor has a bit of economy, so he can start to build up his bank, he can max out. Reynor just needs time. He needs a little bit more time. And herO's pushing. Okay, there's still only 1 Infestor, 2 Vipers. The Vipers are on the left-hand side. We can go for some power bombs. The Corruptors carriers are exposed. Does go for the dive. It dives on the carriers. The Archons are busy, but it looks like the ground army's going to be cleaned up. Yeah, every Ultra goes down. Likewise, the Archons, they turn back around. The Archons, they kill everything. The Archons, they kill the Ultras. They shut down the Corruptors. GG gets called, and herO, he will take a lead in the series. Whew, GG. Oh my god. The thumbs up to the crowd. But GG, well played. Again, herO was able to embrace the Sky Toss. It was a really messy game. If you remember, it all began with Glaive Adepts. herO, he did pop off with Glaive Adepts, or he tried to, but he got shut down. Reynor had a very impressive defense against the Glaive Adepts. He didn't lose anything against them, so Reynor had a lead early on, and he was blindly going for the Spire. Meanwhile, herO was rushing into Sky Toss, and if Reynor was able to scout, he could have started Corruptor production early and shut herO down. The problem is that Reynor didn't know. Remember, Reynor, he didn't know there was Sky Toss, so he went into Mutas, and the Mutas and the Spire got scouted, the Mutas got shut down. herO took a lead from there. herO, he was able to take a lead, he was able to shut down those Mutas, and behind that, he was banking up and hiding Mass Carrier. And again, Reynor didn't know. Reynor, he didn't know that Mass Carrier was building up. He was going for his own Corruptor, Ling, Roach kind of aggression, going for the Dropper Lords. The Doom Drop failed, he got shut down. Carriers were revealed, and Reynor fell behind. He fell behind, he was just caught off guard by the Mass Carrier. He didn't really have what he needed to deal with that. He had minimal spellcasters, and of course, minimal units in the sky. GG, well played. herO just catching Reynor off guard, and now we're getting into our next game. Going to be loading into game 6. Going to be loading into White Rabbit, a larger map in the map pool. Let's go. Whew. Ay. Now we're getting into game 6. The pressure's on. herO needs one more game, one more win to claim the series to become our Thunderfire champion. Meanwhile, Reynor, he has to win this game here to tie the series and to force the ace match. Let's go. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of White Rabbits, we have the South Korean Protoss player representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Italian Zerg player, the Red Zerg for Basilisk. It is Reynor. Here we go. And welcome one all to White Rabbit. White Rabbit is another one of these larger maps of the map pool, longer rush distance by ground, but the bases are a little bit more spread out, so that can, be a factor here when it comes to defensive play. Once again, we get our crowd shots here. We do have our herO cheerfuls. Let's go. And we'll see how our players will adjust. Now, here he has a little bit of breathing room. He has some breathing room here. He is up in the series, so he might take this and take a bit of a chance here. Do we go into Glaive Adepts again? Now, the Glaive Adepts did fail to really get any damage done last game. We could see it again here as Reynor's opening up Hatchery into Pool with a slightly delayed gas. Okay. For a moment, I was like, yo, we going gasless? The gas is later than normal, but only slightly. So hatch pool gas out of Reynor. Earlier pool, earlier Lings, earlier Queen slightly. And later Ling speed. I will say that Ling speed is not as important in this matchup. It does mean that Reynor will not be able to, or it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Reynor to apply some Ling pressure at the third. And catch the first Adept. That's really only it. Yo, shout out to Tempo. Oh my god. Great to see you back, Babby. Great to see you back. Shout out to Tempo, of course, a legacy member of the community, and was actually streaming some StarCraft recently. Crazy, Babby, crazy. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. If there's another SE for all this year, I hope to see you there as well. Not that I would be going, but I'm not in America. But if there's another, it was great to see Tempo and some of the other NA community members return and be a part of SE for all. Plastic was beautiful. So I hope you're doing well. As for now, we're settling in so far. Stargate opener out of herO. Does open Stargate. Reynor claiming his third. We're calming down. Big thanks for that raid. No problem, no problem. De nada, de nada. So far we're calming down. From here we're just going to be waiting for our tech of choice. herO should be taking his third base, but from here, when does he take his Twilight Council? Does he go for an early council into Glaives? Does he go for a Forge? Does he skip his Forge? Eyes are on herO. For now, just threatening a Shade. Gets a Tumor, not bad. Oh no, the Smurge in the chat. As Reynor, he's making an excess of Lings here. Okay, so with this, he can try to apply pressure at the third. You can see the Lings already moving out on the minimap. They move out, they hit the third base. Hoping to force a cancel. herO, the Adepts are out of position. Can he force it? He can! Yeah, massive pickoff, does force a cancel. Big delay. And here he's stuck on two bases. Stuck on two bases, going for a Twilight Council, going for 3 more gateways. Do you see what I see? I see no Forge. No Forge in sight. So higher chance is going to be Glaives or Charge. herO, he's going to commit. He's going to commit. He's going to double down. We have a much more aggressive follow-up out of herO. Last game he went Glaives. It wasn't quite worth it, though. He failed to hide some damage. But this time, I don't see a Roach Warren from Reynor. I spoke too soon. I was like, I don't see a Warren. There it is. Down goes that Roach Warren. It's on the way. Lings to get us around. Adept gets picked up. And nice pick up here by Reynor. Glaives are now in production. And it comes down to Reynor's response. Now, the Roach Warren timing here is decent. The Roach Warren should finish up in time to make some roaches, but it comes down to the reaction, the SimCity as well. One of the reasons why Reynor defended so well last game against herO was that SimCity. He was able to fully wall off his natural, so when the Adepts arrived, they didn't get in, right? They could not get into the natural base. They just were denied any kind of damage. This time, I see a massive opening at the natural, so it's going to be much more difficult to wall up and to wall off. Reynor, he's not ready for it. Not this time. You want a nice snipe on the Queen. Here he does snipe a Queen. More Adepts are amassing. herO will soon move out. And a concern that I have here is that Reynor, he does have that Roach Warren. I don't see any Roaches, though. He sees! Yeah, there we go. Roach production now begins. It's a late reaction by by Reynor. Late reaction. hero's making his way across the map. You can see Reynor, he's walling up. He has enough time. And he will fully wall off. Up! Queen, get out of the way! Queen does get out of the way. Eva Chambers get thrown down, and here he is denied entry into the natural, but he does find the Queens. Gets one. Gets one, chasing down the others. Reynor, he needs more time to build up his roaches, and he will lose all 3 queens. Decent pickoffs out of herO. 3 queens go down. At the same time, Reynor applying some pressure, forcing defensive warp-ins. And you can see herO transitioning. We have +1 on the way. We have Blink on the way. Remember, Blink is late. +1 is late as well. Ooh. As herO doesn't shade. So far, Reynor, he's defended well. He hasn't really taken any economic damage. But that's still a lot of adepts. And herO shading in. Ooh, doesn't commit. You can see once again, Reynor, he has a full wall at the natural. Yeah, so quick to wall off. Adepts are denied. They rotate over towards the third base. Quick reaction out of Reynor. He pulls away. Pulls away the drones. Roaches, they rotate in time. And once again, Reynor, he loses nothing. I mean, he's trading roaches, but that's perfectly fine. Just trading out his roaches. Building a bit of hydras. Again, this was a big investment into adepts. And Reynor holds. Yeah, Reynor is holding on. We have more adepts. Jesus, how many adepts did we warp in? Oh my god. herO, calm down. Yeah, commits into more adepts. Breaks through another queen. Attempted to fight head on. But the problem here is that for every adept we're warping in, that's less stalkers, right? That's less blink stalkers on the horizon. It's a weaker mid game. It's a weaker mid game for herO. He's still doubling down. He's crazy. Oh my god. He's like, I'm gonna make this work, Pappy. I'm not stopping. Just keep warping at adepts. Eventually it'll work. Copium. I mean, he kills the base. Kills the 4th. Does eventually break through. 4th base goes down. At the same time, Lings, they do slip across the map. 3 probe kills. Getting some damage. Nothing major. The problem, though, is something we were alluding to. Adepts, sure, they kill a base. They kill a couple of queens. As we get into the mid-game, we can see that Reynor no longer is stuck on roaches. He now has Roach Hydra. The quality of the army is getting better. It's getting better and better over time for Reynor. As he's massing up roaches, hydras, taking up in towards greater upgrades, in towards hive tech. These adepts do not scale well. They don't scale well into the mid-game. He's crazy. He commits. Oh my god. Yeah, he commits in, shading on top of the army. The oracles, they commit in as well. 4 oracles go for the dive. And they're going to be focused down. Yeah, the oracles do for the adepts as well. And again, herO, he just committed too hard, too much into mass adept. He does get into the mineral lines though. Okay. Finally some drone damage. But this was not worth it. This was not worth it, Pappy. 8, 9 drones going down, getting up to 10. Oh, we're still getting more? I mean, this is some decent damage here by the adepts, but the problem is the main army now. Because Reynor, he's had enough. He's had enough. He's moving out across the map. He's going for the counterattack. Reynor's rallying, and there's 10 stalkers to defend. There is going to be a warp-in, of course. There we go. There's the warp-in. But it's going to be a tough hold. There's no Immortals, no Colossus, no Disruptors, no Storm. herO, he committed too hard into the mass adepts. He dug too deep, Pap. Dug too deep. And now here comes Reynor, stutter stepping forward, breaking through the main army, pushing into the 3rd. Cannon goes down. We have Ling reinforcements on the way. And again, hero's army just doesn't compare. It just does not compare. Not anymore. Again, just a little bit too stubborn, or just tunnel visioning a little bit too much on the mass adepts. I was shocked to see he just kept warping them in. He just refused to stop that. Yeah, until now. The 3rd is broken. 22 probe kills, and herO GG gets called. Reynor ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. GG. Oh, the crowd. GG, well played. We're getting into the ace match here. Again, a crazy game out of herO. Initially, the opener was pretty standard, right? It was pretty tame. The initial openers, of course. And then we saw Reynor, he did invest into additional Zerglings. He was able to force a cancel on the 3rd base, so that was a big win early on for Reynor. And herO went into Glaive Adepts, which was fine. We saw that previously, But he just kept going. He just kept going. He kept committing, warping in wave after wave after wave after wave of Glaive Adepts. And sure, he killed 3 queens. Sure, he eventually killed the 4th base. But as we mentioned, he was stuck on Adepts for too long. It was just too long. Just stuck on them for far, far too long. Eventually, Reynor, he broke out. He had his Roaches. He had his Hydras. He just outscaled herO. Got across the map. GG. GG, well played. Whew, with that, we're getting into the ace match. It all ends here. It all ends on... Is it Tourmaline? Is Tourmaline the ace match? No shot. Oh, God. Let's go, baby. Let's go. It looked like then that shade finish was a mistake, not gonna lie. I remember what you're referring to. You're referring to when herO he dove on the army. Remember, he shaded with all the adepts, and he also dove in with 4 oracles. It was clearly intentional, like it wasn't like a mistake, but maybe just misjudging, right? Did misjudge the strength of his army, did misjudge just how many roaches there were as well, because herO, he committed hard there. He dove in with the oracles to support the to support the adepts at the same time, but the fight went too poorly, right? Like herO, he just built up towards that one big moment. And once that fight went in favor of Reynor, that was game, right? That was game then and there. But yeah, crazy play there out of herO. Crazy. And to be fair, like if Reynor, if he had cut roach production, if he had made a handful of roaches and then started droning, he dies, right? Like if Reynor didn't take it as seriously, if he was a little bit too greedy and too overconfident in his reaction and his response, then maybe herO wins. Maybe herO wins that game if there are slightly less roaches. But with that, we're now getting into the ace match, the final game of the series. We've made it all the way to game 7. We are loading into Tourmaline. Oh boy. Let's go, baby. Let's go. It's not like those adepts could have done anything useful at that point. True. Like at that point, we were too far in, right? We were too far gone with the amount of adepts we warped in, right? Too far gone. The commitment by herO, but here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tourmaline. We have the South Green Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss, so T1, it is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Italian Zerg player. We have the red Zerg for Basilisk. It is Reynor. Let's go. Whew, let us go. The non-believers in shambles, Bappy. Again, Reynor, out of all Zerg players, Reynor's the one to make it all the way to the ace match. To the ace match here against herO. Let's go. Remember, herO, he 3-0'd Serral. He 3-1 Solar. Serral and Solar, they paled in comparison to herO, but Reynor, he's forcing him, he's bringing him to the brink all the way to that game 7. Let's go. Este Reynor. Outperforming Serral, outperforming Solar. And again, Reynor, he was able to pop off and look the most impressive in these standard games, right? If Reynor, the games where he was able to build up and get into Lurker Tech, get into Hive Tech, it was what, game 4 and game 5, if I recall correctly. It might have been game 3 and game 4, but that is where Reynor was able to thrive, able to bring it back. Last game, a herO trying to get chaotic once again. Trying to bring that chaos. Didn't work this time against Reynor. And now welcome to Tourmaline. Tourmaline is one of the smaller maps of the map pool. Smaller map, shorter rush distance by ground, but it's not just a smaller map. We brought this up about 10,000 feet, right? 10,000 feet, smaller map, but the bases are close together, so it's easier to defend. Here on Tourmaline, the bases are spread out. Not just that, but they are insanely open. We have massive entrances into the natural, massive entrances into the 3rd, into the 4th base. Aggression is heavily favored here. Map control is heavily favored here as well. It can be a very chaotic map. Very, very chaotic. It is very difficult to defend and turtle. To defend and turtle up, it's insanely difficult, so we should be seeing some more aggressive options out of both herO and Reynor. Mainly herO. We'll see. For now, standard opener, gate expands. We're setting up for a tech of choice. A pylon gets thrown down in between the natural and the 3rd base, and we should be seeing a Stargate. There it is, Stargate opener out of herO. So opening up Stargate, from here we can open up a Void Ray, we can go Oracle. We have options. We have already seen a couple of Void Ray openers already this series. A couple. I would say it would be too risky to open up Void Ray here. Oracles, more importantly, they provide vision. They provide scouting, harassment, utility. all things that Void Rays don't really provide. Void Rays, they can deny vision, which is nice and all, but I feel like on a map as aggressive as Tourmaline, you want to know what the Zero player's up to. You want to know what Reynor's up to. We'll see. As here comes the Oracle. First Oracle's on the way. The Overlord is going to be zoned back. Yeah, zones away the Overlord. I think I said Oracle. Zones away the Overlord. And just like last game, we're kind of waiting for our big deviations. We're waiting to see what herO does after the third. When does he get his Twilight Council? Does he get a Forge? Does he go into Glaives again? Do we go into Charge? Do we go into Blink? Personally, on a map like this, I feel like Blink would be the way to go. Ooh, as herO goes for the linear third. You don't often see that. Okay. Linear third base out of herO. I feel like Blink and +1 is just a very safe way to open up, especially if you believe your opponent's going to be aggressive, but Reynor is going for the Evo Chamber instead. +1 melee. I like this. Okay. We're popping off. So early Evo Chamber, +1 melee out of Reynor. This is for a macro game. Reynor's not being hyper aggressive. He's getting ready for Ling Hydra. Meanwhile, herO is going for a Forge and Twilight Council. Now, why do I like this out of Reynor? I mentioned earlier that there's a very high chance that we see an all-in, and there's a very high chance that Reynor's hyper-aggressive, and Reynor's playing with that idea. He's playing standard. And he's maybe hoping that he mind games herO, and that herO's maybe going to overreact and maybe be overly defensive. As the Oracles, they poke in, they confirm the Evo Chamber. herO knows. Yeah, herO, he scouts the early Evo Chamber. That can mean one thing and one thing only, +1 melee, so he knows it's going to be Ling Hydra. Back at home, we have herO going to +1 and Charge. Ooh, interesting. Gateway Explosion out of herO. I believe this is a 6-gate setup. We're getting up to 5 to 6 gateways. Going to Charge. I don't think I'm too fond of these Charge builds against Ling Hydra. Thankfully, Reynor's getting a Baneling Nest. If there was no Baneling Nest, I'd be concerned. But with the nests, Reynor, he has the tools to defend. As he, does not get the surround. Head up side to barely pull away. If you remember, these early charge timings are ideal against players that skip their Roach Warren, which is happening, and that skip their Baneling Nest. But remember, Reynor has a safety Baneling Nest, so he should be okay. If he didn't have it, then he'd be in danger, for sure. As here we go, we have 2 more gates. I believe we're building up to 8 gateways. So 3 base, 8 gate setup here with +1 in Charge. Jesus, sorry, I said 8. I think we're getting up to 10. Oh my god. That's a lot of gates. No gases at the 3rd base. Prism is on the way for a couple of Archons. This is going to be a very strong timing. Very, very strong timing. Now, what is concerning here is that this is no longer just Charge. This is going to be a timing with 2 Archons. Suddenly, Ling Bane Hydra is not going to be good enough. Now, suddenly, Reynor skipping Roaches might just get him killed. Like a Ling Bane defense against this kind of army, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult. herO's moving out. He gets spotted by the Ling. You can see 5 Banelings morphing in. And we're waiting for the Zealots. Waiting for the Warp in. And here it comes, warping in 8 Zealots at a time. So it's an 8-gate setup. We have a 9th gateway on the way. herO does push in. Ideally, he wants to tank the Banelings with the Archons and then have the Zealots survive that and get on top of the Lings. And the Hydras. 4th base is going to go down, and Reynor, he cannot save it. Yeah, he cannot save it. Reynor, he doesn't have the army. So nice pickoff already out of herO. And again, Reynor's army is just so fragile. Oh, another Archon's morphing in. And if you remember, this is how herO beats Serral. Like, again, Ling Bane Hydra is standard, and herO, he kept going for these charge Archon timings, and Serral just couldn't keep up. He couldn't deal with it. Couldn't handle the Archons. Meanwhile, we do see herO rotate. He pokes in, he sees the army, he rotates back, pulls back around, and he's taking up into Storm. And again, herO, he already got what he wanted. He killed the base. He killed the base, essentially for free. He's forcing a reaction out of Reynor. And now herO expands and takes up. So we have a bit of a shaky back and forth here. Here, distracting, dropping into the main. In doing so, he's expanding. So again, it's all about Hero just buying time. Hero is just buying time, distracting Reynor, getting his 4th base, keeping up with the Lings. So far, Hero's in control. Here he's in control, he has momentum. He's now establishing his 4th base with static defense, getting cannons and shield batteries. Main army does move in, and now we have Storm. And again, it's going to be Storm against purely Lingbane Hydra. We have 4 Storms. 4 Storms are coming in. Reynor setting up for the surround. No Baneling speed. Yeah, massive Storms. Storms, they connect. Banelings, they make their way through. Oh my god, Banelings, they crash into the High Templar. Templar go down, mass surround, and Reynor, he completely shuts down the army. Ay, ay, ay. The slow Banelings. Who needs Baneling speed? Oh my god. Yeah, as Reynor, he does shut him down. Cleans up the Archons, cleans up the Immortal. And here he has to get the hell out of here. He has to get the hell out of here. Oh my god. As things, they flood into the main. 6 probes go down. Getting 6 workers. Reynor, he can just keep pushing. Stasis Trap does slow him down. But again, that was it. And with slow Banelings, Reynor, he held. That's crazy. I'm shocked. But the surround was insane. Hero's falling back. He does have a couple of Storms, okay? He's got 4 High Templar. He's currently got 2, but soon to be 4 Storms. Needs a little bit more time. There's a first. There's a first Storm. Lings, they attempt to go for the run by, but here he does wall off. Reynor's rotating. Reynor, he rotates over. This is giving Hero enough time to react though. And Hero's keeping up. Catching up the Banelings. These have been some better trades for Hero so far. Just these small little wins, but Hero needs more time. Hero, he needs a lot more time to recover. And Reynor's about to max out. So Reynor, he's about to max out, he's about to commit. Reynor is sticking to a lair tech composition though. No lurkers. Nice round on the Zealots. Let's get the Zealots at the same time. Storm's coming on the left-hand side. Ooh, 1 Baneling connects. Does connect with 1 Baneling. With the deja vu. He's coming up with a surround. This time not quite able to though. Yeah, Lings, they try to collapse in. They lock down some of the High Templar. Not bad. Gets 1 Templar, gets another. Takes down the Immortal as well. And here it gets caught out. He's getting caught out. Who catches who? Nice Zealot flank. Okay. The charge lots. Yeah, Zealots, they collapse on the Hydras. Without Ling Bane, Zealots, they just dominate. Where are the Banelings? And remember, there's no lurkers. There's no lurker tech. Reynor, he did not tech up. Banelings now morphing in, but they just now began. They just started. And he's going for the kill. Oh, the massive Storm! Storms of the Banelings! Can they finish? He's got, what, 3 Banelings on the way? Another Storm! Yeah, Banelings are being denied. We have 3 Banelings morphing in. We get some okay connections. And the base is going down. Hero, he knocks down the expansion, knocks down the 4th. And it just barely breaks through. A bit of a miss rally, throwing away an Immortal. We're getting messy. Oh god. Speaking of messy, Lings, they slip into the natural, they slip into the main base. At the same time, we do have a recall in time. Here he recalls back home. Saves his mineral line. This does give Reynor some breathing room, and now he starts a lurker den, but this is late. Lay lurker den out of Reynor. He needs the lurkers. He needs them. And as Reynor throws down the lurker den, Hero throws down the fleet beacon. After a very tense, very chaotic early and mid game here, it looks like both players may decide to slow things down. Hero's thinking about Sky Toss, Reynor's thinking about lurkers. Hive now begins for Reynor as well. But that lead, that momentum that Reynor had isn't there anymore. And not anymore. And he's being punished for delaying his tech. If Reynor wanted to, he could have teched up earlier after he won that fight, but he chose to commit. He chose to double down, which I don't think was the wrong decision. But Hero's talking about fights. You can see Reynor looking uncomfortable. Yeah, on cams, you can see him shaking his head. Hero's maxed out. No shot. He's maxed, Vappy. And without lurkers defensively, you need these Banelings to connect. We've got 20 Banelings morphing in. Banelings are finishing up. We have 5 High Templar, at least 5 Storms. That's a lot of Storms for herO. Does in 3. Yeah, Storms, they zone away the Hydras. We have a Baneling run by at the same time. Nice connections in the mineral line. Oof. But there are barely any Hydras left. Oh, nice connections with the Banelings, though. Okay. Takes down the Archons. Archons go down. Lings, they get a surround on the Immortals. Very nice engage here. Reynor, he does barely clean this up. Takes down every Immortal, every Archon. Reynor's holding. He's holding on. Just barely. Oh, God. It does hold on. Does reset the army. Very nice engage. And now he has Lurkers. The Lurker gen is done. The Hive is done. We have Lurker range on the way. Reynor, he just needs to morph in some Lurkers. Morph him in. He's almost there. There it is. 5 Lurkers are morphing in, and now Reynor can slow the game down. He can slow the game down. Reynor can stabilize. At the same time, herO is working on the mothership, but he only has 1 Stargate. Only 1 Stargate. So there's no rush into Skytoss. Oof. As we did land a Storm. Storm denies the Banelings. Lurkers are morphing in. What also makes this really tense here is just the map, right? Because the map is so small, it takes so little time to counterattack, to rotate, to counterattack, to push in. But we're calming down. Okay. We're calming down, Pappy. Taking a moment. We have herO, instead of going for another Stargate, goes for a second Robo. Okay, so second Robo. He's committing into a ground-based composition of Charger, Archon, Immortal. This can potentially lead into Colossus with a Bay. At the same time, Reynor, he, I believe, is still in a low Lurker count. I think he only has 5. As Banelings, they connect well. Catching out some of the Zealots. Lings, they almost get on top of the High Templar. Gazito. Oh, the trades. As here, he's crazy. He's pushing through the center. Again, this army is so Storm reliant. He's got, what, 7 High Templar? Now he throws in 2 more Stargates. Here's moving in. Where are the Lurkers? Yeah, Lurkers out of position. A base is going to go down. Nice pick up here by herO. Gets a 3rd. Takes on the 3rd. At the same time, there they are. Lurkers, they counterattack. They're pushing into the center expansion. herO's out of position. Does he recall? Looks like he's setting up for the recall. There it is. Recall's back home. Lurkers are moving in. Show us the Storms. Lands a couple of Storms going for the cloak as well. But there is detection. And High Templar going down. Yeah, High Templar, they just crumble before those Lurkers. Army's pushing in. The base will fall. herO, he breaks the expansion. The Lunkers, Pappy. They hold their own. But herO does save his probes. True. Saves his workers. He's making 3 Tempests at a time. This is a little bit scary here. That's a lot of Tempests on the way. And Reynor, he's not really set up for that. He's not set up for the Skytoss. He doesn't have Vipers. He doesn't have the Spire. As here's just buying time. Going for a Zealot run by at the same time. Reynor, he does find a fresh expansion. The Lunker Burrs. The Lunker Pack. Does burrow. Deny mine. You can see Reynor rotate here towards the triangular 3rd. herO's out of position. Recall's on cooldown. Can he kill the Nexus? Oh, we're trading bases. Okay. We're going to trade bases. Let's go. herO takes down top left. But Reynor gets a mining base. Yeah, much more valuable here to Reynor. For Reynor to take down this expansion. Tempests are revealed. Hydras, they go for the dive. You can see the picture in picture. Tempests, they pull away in time. And there's 7 Tempests on the field. herO losing his triangular 3rd. He should be losing his 4th base as well. At the same time, herO is still pushing in. And recall is about to be off of cooldown. As here he'll lose another mining base. Here down to 1 mining base back at home. So is Reynor. He's also losing mining. Reynor, he has no mining. Losing another expansion. Uh-oh. We're getting messy. We're getting messy, Pappy. As hero's going for the kill, he's pushing into the natural. Reynor, he's racing back home. Uh-oh. And remember, hero can recall. If need be, he can recall back home. Enough time has passed. Oracle takes down one of the Spore. Sorry, Oracle takes down... Spore takes down one of the observers is what I meant to say. One observer left. That may be crucial. Hive is going to go down as well. Reynor, he's running out of buildings. At the same time, now Reynor finally does push in. He's going for the final mining base. And he should bring it down. Hero, does he have a probe out on the map? Can he hide some buildings? Oh, there's a recall! Okay, Hero, he recalls back home. He recalls to the natural. It's off screen. But he just recalled back. We have 7 Tempest moving in. Sorry, 9 Tempest! And there's no answer! No shot. There's no answer to the Tempest. Mass Storm zones away. Oh my god. The Nexus goes down. But Hero cannot be dealt with. His main army cannot be dealt with. Not like this. And Reynor, he has no economy. He has 1 mining base on the right-hand side. And Reynor, he cannot fight. He cannot fight. He has to get the hell out of here. The best chance that he has is a backstab. But he just can't touch the Tempest. No shot. He cannot touch the Tempest. And Reynor has to be so careful. Remember, Hero, I don't think he's seen the base. I don't think he's aware. Tempest always going off. Oh, nice dive. Oh, no, he doesn't get it. He tries to dive in. No, the Hydras, they rally forward. Yeah, the Hydras rally forward. Every Hydra's going to go down. And Hero's done it. Hero, he's done it. We're down to 4 Hydras here with the main army. 8 Hydras in total. Limited anti-air. The Sky Toss is too much. It's too much, Pappy. Tempest are moving in. There's 1 Viper. Let's go. Yeah, the boys are being pulled away. Massive storm on the drones. Hatchery is going to go down. At the same time, again, Reynor, he's also base trading. He's doing the best he can to hunt down these probes. Oh. They'll snipe one of the High Templar. And you can see Hero turn around. Yeah, Hero turns around. You can see Reynor, he's smiling. Ah, he knows. Yeah, Reynor, he knows at this point. I mean, sure, he still has an army. Huh? Does dive onto the Oracles. Okay, gets 2. 2 Oracles go down. But GG. Yeah, GG, well played. The writing is on the wall, and Hero will claim this series 4-3. And Hero will be the Thunderfire All-Star Invitational Champion. GG. Ah. Oh my god. GG, well played. Hero died in this game like twice. Do you remember? Hero, oh, let's go! Let's go! Hero! He's crazy! But Hero, if you remember, he committed into charge into Archons, if you recall. He pushed through the center. Do you remember the mass surround with the slow Bailings, by the way? Before Bailing Speed even finished, Reynor, he surrounded the army, cleaned everything up. Reynor, he was up 20, 30, 40 army supply. Reynor took a massive lead, and then Hero clawed his way back in. He clawed his way back in, took these small engagements, these small fights. Slowly over time, he was able to build back up. Ah. Then Hero committed into another fight, which Reynor also surrounded. But what killed Reynor this game? If you remember, after taking a lead, he chose not to tech. Reynor, he chose not to get a Lurker Den. He chose not to get a Hive. He chose to keep committing into Lingbane Hydra. A little bit too long. A little bit too long. So he was late to tech up despite having that advantage. And he was stuck with a very vulnerable, vulnerable composition of Lingbane Hydra. Very fragile. Maybe that's a better word. Fragile composition. A couple of good storms and that army just melts. And Hero, he clawed his way back in. Eventually got into Skytoss. Eventually outscaled and outproduced. GG. GG. Crazy comeback. And it was a comeback. He was down like 50 supply. He was. Like, again, like, Reynor took some really strong fights early on. But Reynor tunnel vision. Like Reynor, he tunnel vision a little bit too much. He chose to commit on lair tech. And he was there too long. He was there too long. Bad. I don't blame him. He stayed on lair tech because he wanted to end the game. Like Reynor, he wanted to kill, he wanted to end the game. He failed to. Give us the interview.
其实比赛的时候可能想的有点太多了，会有很多小失误，而且我因为只想着拿冠军，所以想法比较复杂，但是最后还是拿下了这座冠军奖杯。
哇哦，那你在本次比赛里面战胜了3位世界最顶级的虫族玩家，你淘汰了 herO， 淘汰了 Sola， 在总决赛战胜了雷诺。herO， 你觉得你是神族的 herO吗？
지금 저그 선수만 이기고 우승을 하셨는데 진짜 프로토스의 영웅이 된 그런 기분일까요?
일단은 제가 빌드를 다 쓰다 보니까 레이너 전을 했을 때 좀 힘들 거라고 생각했는데 계속 하면서 이게 보완이 되더라고요. 그래가지고 이길 수 있었던 것 같고 EWC에서 굉장히 아쉬운 모습을 보여주면서 도우 형한테 토스 원탑 자리를 내줬는데 다시 찾았나 모르겠는데 다시 찾은 것 같아서 너무 기분이 좋습니다.
首先，其实打了3名虫族选手的话，其实我的战术已经差不多已经耗尽了。但是打着打着的话，我会自己去补充一下这些战术。然后在上次 EWC 上被 Classic 打输了，然后没有拿到第1神族的那个称号。但是今天我拿下了这个冠军，我感觉我又重拾第1神族的这个称号了。
今天光复艾尔。那 herO， 这一次是你在中国杭州线下第1次捧起的个人总冠军奖杯，你觉得这一座奖杯对你来说会有什么不一样的意义吗？
지금 항저우에서 받은 첫 그런 우승 트로피인데 그 선수한테 혹시 어떤 의미가 있는 트로피인지 알려줄 수 있을까요?
제 개인적으로 최근에 안 했던 세레머니까지 할 정도로 정말 중요했던 대회라고 생각해요. 왜냐면 시기적으로 좀 힘든 시기이기 때문에 우승하면서 좀 좋은 인터뷰를 하고 싶었고 잘 된 것 같습니다.
首先，这次线下我做了我从来没有做过的这个冠军动作，然后因为最近的状态不是很好，但是这个奖杯会给了我很大力量。
那我们在线下有那么多支持你的中国观众，那么在线上也有很多人守在直播间为你加油，来对我们的中国粉丝们说点什么吧。
지금 현장에도 많은 팬들이 와주셨고 그리고 시청자분들 많이 이 경기를 보고 있는데 팬들한테 한마디 해주세요.
일단 좀 할 말이 많긴 한데 여기 와가지고 애쉬보이나 주최 측 모두 그리고 스태프분들 그리고 팬분들 다 너무 항상 좋은 기억이었지만 중국은 이번에 특히 더 너무 감사했던 것 같고 그리고 저희 우리나라에서도 지금 뭐라 해야 되지? 우리나라에서도 가족들이 응원해주고 있고 팬분들도 많이 응원해주시는데 우승할 수 있어서 기쁘고 팬분들과 가족 때문에 우승할 수 있었던 것 같습니다.
Guys, thank you the fans, thank you the staff, thank you for all the support.
在韩国有我的家人一直在默默的支持我，以及非常感谢这次主办方以及星际老男孩，还有各位工作人员和粉丝来到现场来为星际争霸2的一个支持。然后我非常开心能拿到这个冠军，谢谢大家。
如此精彩的比赛，如此激烈的游戏，如此好的解说选手后，还有我们最好的观众朋友们，星际争霸。 值得我们为他而热爱，把掌声再次送给我们的冠军 herO。那么我们的比赛到这里就全部结束了，感谢我们所有选手这2天给我们带来的精彩赛事，感谢所有的观众朋友，感谢所有的工作人员的付出，谢谢你们每一个人的热爱与陪伴。那么我们最后想有请小herO再一次捧起属于他的 冠军奖杯，全场高呼一下我们冠军的名字，好吗？
Kiss the trophy. Let's go. herO. And I guess what's crazy about this as well, one, obviously it was an amazing tournament. It was an amazing event. You know, shout out to SC Boy for hosting it. I mentioned earlier how momentous it was to have Oliveira back as well, to bring him back on, even if it was just for a Legend Show match. Like, it meant so much to the people, it meant so much to the community, it meant so much to the scene. So it was amazing to see him again. Again, amazing tournaments, great arena as well. The production, the arena, the stage, the atmosphere. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was great to see. I do apologize, of course, day 2 had to be a replay cast, but again, congratulations to herO. And not just congratulations to herO, shout out to Reynor as well. Remember, Reynor, he outperformed Serral, he outperformed Solar. Reynor did pose the biggest threat to herO in this tournament, and it went all the way to the ace match. There's a world where Reynor wins. There's a world, I mean, like, you saw that last game. Like, you saw that. herO was dead, Pappy. He was dead. He had a crazy comeback. It was almost Reynor's win, almost his tournament. But congratulations to herO. On top of that, I would say currently herO is standing as the best player in the world. Why do I say that? herO, he won the RSL Season 3 Championship, the RSL Offline Finals, that was in December. He won the OSC Season 13 Championship. He here wins the Thunderfire event as well, and I want to say there's another event that's slipping in my mind. But yeah, herO, he's been popping off when it comes to events as of late, over the past 2 months, like December, January has been all about herO. It's crazy. He's been popping up. But there is one event that we have yet to cover, which did take place last night, and I do apologize at the time for not being able to cast it live. That is Rongi Cup. herO, no surprise, but he finds himself in another finals, in the finals of Rongi Cup Season 3, herO versus Maru, best of 7. That should be tomorrow. It was live yesterday, last night, less than 24 hours ago, but if you remember, we went live, ready to cast, and the lobbies were full. If you don't know anything, if you're unaware as to how StarCraft lobby system works, I think it's 14. I think there's I think it's 2 players and at most 12 observers. I think it's 12 observers is the cap. And we had like French casters, we had French, German, Polish, English, like Korean, Chinese. Unfortunately, the lobby was full and we were not able to cast it live. So we did miss out on the Rongi Cup finals. I do say not to spoil it in the chat, of course. We are going to be casting the finals most likely tomorrow. I was tempted to cast it later on tonight, but yo, this was a 7-hour cast. This was a 7-hour cast. I'm done for today, baby. So I was tempted to maybe go live in like 3 hours and cast the Rongi Cup finals, but we'll take it easy. I gotta get some breakfast. I gotta get some food after this 7-hour cast. I'm gonna get some food, gonna get some rest, and we will be back tomorrow in just over 24 hours with the Rongi Cup Season 3 finals of herO versus Maru. And again, herO's been on a tear. He's been winning everything. He's had multiple finals against Classic, for example. He beat Serral in this tournament as well, beating Reynor. We'll see how he compares to Maru. We'll see. We'll find out tomorrow. We'll find out tomorrow in those Rongi Cup finals. Whew, aye. So back and forth, was very back and forth. So GG, well played. With that, we're going to be wrapping up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Again, it was a great event, a momentous tournament. It does bode well. I do know that SC Boy and Netease, they're very passionate about StarCraft. They're very willing to support and expect to see more Chinese events like this in the future, right? Not just Thunderfire, not just Rongi Cup, but Kung Fu Cups, maybe some more Stars War 11, maybe some more Masters Colosseum. Again, the reason for this is just because of the return of the Chinese servers. Now the Chinese scene has been that much more invigorated, and the passion is there. The passion is real. Expect to see more from the Chinese scene internationally in the coming months, in the coming year. Oh boy. But yeah, again, congratulations to herO. Again, I hope we get to see some more Thunderfire in the future, or maybe even named as something else. When it comes to the channel, of course, Home Story Cup was last weekend. Unfortunately, we were unavailable at the time. We've been the official B stream for Home Story Cup for the past like 3-4 years, but unfortunately this weekend we were unavailable, so we were not able to cover Home Story Cup. So we are going to be covering that via replays. There's a lot of replays. We got a lot of. So when it comes to upcoming StarCraft, We've got a lot of replays on the horizon for Home Story Cup. We, of course, have the Rongi Cup finals that we're going to be covering. We do have a PvZ Cup, Wardy TV Monday, Sparkling Tuna Cup, OSC Elite Rising Star. Actually, do I have the schedule for you here? Damn. There it is. As you can see, we got a busy week ahead of us. So tomorrow, Monday, you can see Monday morning, we have the OSC Elite Rising Star. Monday evening, we have the Wardy TV Monday. We have Home Story Cup replay cast on Tuesday. We have Tunic Cup Tuesday evening. We have PvZ Cup on Wednesday. Rongi Cup on Wednesday evening. We have the Pond Cast, more Home Story Cup, more RSL, more StarCraft everywhere. Now, I will quickly say that currently on the schedule, we have Rongi Cup Wednesday evening. I believe that should be changed to Monday evening. I currently don't have the Wardy TV Monday replays that I should be getting. I might get them late. If I get them late, Rongi Cup tomorrow. Rongi Cup tomorrow evening. That should be the plan. But again, RSL, the RSL Season 1 2026 qualifiers are this weekend. This weekend is going to be the RSL qualifiers. We'll be casting the qualifiers here on the channel, so that is going to be on Saturday. We're going to be casting the Americas and the Korean qualifier. We will not be casting the European qualifier. EU qualifiers are too late, unfortunately. They're a little bit too late for us, so I would love to cast them, but the sleep is important. So, again, we're back to StarCraft. Again, I do apologize, but January we've been very lean, very lean when it comes to casting. We always pride ourselves. We cast more StarCraft than anyone else out there, more than Wardy, more than Steadfast, more than anyone else. Historically, for the past 3-4 years, but 2026. We haven't, right? 2026, January, we've been very unavailable. Things have been happening IRL. I've been a little bit vocal about it, but I have some pet bunnies, and there's been a lot of medical issues, so there's been a lot of vet visits. A lot of recovery, a lot of monitoring, so I just haven't been available to cast. I want to cast, but I just haven't been available. Been looking after my pet bunnies, and they're still in recovery, and there's more stress to come in the future, so that's why we've been so light, no pun intended, when it comes to casting StarCraft in January. Do apologize. That's why we had to do this as a replay cast. That's why we didn't get to, we missed out on Home Story Cup B stream. We missed out on Thunderfire. We missed out on Rongi Cup. True. So we missed out on a lot, and we've just had to catch up with a lot of replays as a result, which is not typically the case here. Usually we're casting everything live, but we've been forced to cover everything via replays instead and slowly catch up. So we got a lot of catching up to do. As you can see, when it comes to Home Story Cup, for example, we got all that Home Story Cup coverage to come. So we'll eventually catch back up. There's a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft coming, of course. We have the Pig Fest on the horizon. We have RSL on the horizon. We have Stara Zagora in March. True. The Bulgarian events. So more content, more StarCraft. We'll eventually catch up. And again, hopefully everything goes well with my pet bunnies. Hopefully. We have another vet visits on Thursday. That's why Thursday morning is free. Actually, no, I'm gonna have to change some things here. I have a vet visit on Wednesday. So gonna have to change some things. But yes, we do have gonna be going to the vets. Likewise, the vet visits are also very stressful. It's like an hour and a half drive there and then an hour and a half back. So 3 hours worth of travel. Crazy. To get all that going. So yeah. Regardless, I hope you had a great time. A great tournament, great event. Congratulations to herO. And we're going to be wrapping up. Here for the day. As I mentioned, I was going to cast in 2 hours actually, but food is good. It would be nice to get some breakfast / dinner. It's 6 p.m. here in Australia. 6 p.m. Crazy. Whew. So GG well played. Again, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all had a great time. Sending love and vibes for the recovery. Oh, thank you, Tempo. Thank you. Thanks for the cast, and good seeing you as usual. Oh, gracias. Thank you so much. Likewise with you as well. Great to see you back in some capacity in StarCraft. It's great to see you back. Have a lovely sleep. Gonna get some breakfast back. 6 p.m. food. Let's go. But take care everyone. With that, we're going to be wrapping up. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Rongi Cup finals and for some OSC Elite Rising Star as well. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. We'll find someone to send everyone over to. Who is live at the moment? I see Practice X is live. I see who's live. Winter is live. Let's see. Neuro is playing Dota. Who's playing StarCraft? Snake Styles. I haven't rated Practice X in a long time. It's been a while, Papi. It's been a while. We'll give him some love. We'll give him some love. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you tomorrow or next time we see you. Also, if you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat. You can support us there, as the Patreon does fund our tournaments on a regular basis. Likewise, !Socials. If you see something that you like, and if you missed out, if you're like, you know what, I want to watch day one of Thunderfire Cup. I want to watch Innovation. He played a show match, by the way, in Thunderfire. It's crazy. Scarlet played as well. If you want to see their games, if you want to see Rongi Cup, for example, Trigger versus Maru was crazy in Rongi Cup. YouTube is the place to be. All the VODs are available on YouTube, uploaded on a daily basis. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft, plenty over on YouTube. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for the support, and we'll see you guys next time. Ciao. Bye. Ciao. See you next time. Hasta luego.